When last we left off, the party had completed their task for Arthur and said their goodbyes many times over. Packing up their things and loading into Edivard's cart, they ventured north to Fort Trinity for the next of Ghibli's dueling matches, and in search of more epic adventure. On the road, they encountered multiple strange and foreboding individuals, not to mention a vicious lightning storm. Then, just days before reaching their destination, they stumble across a pair of people in need of aid, Christiana and Samson. Their cart mule is sick and can no longer take them the rest of the way to the fort in search of help for their village. After healing the mule and vowing to save the village from its terrors, the party finds themselves arriving in a burning and brutalized village of Withaerst. Racing in to save as many people as they can, they throw themselves at the Gnollish invaders, putting a stop to their slaughter and feasting, and help the village to put out the fires. Now, after conversing with and calming down the village people, our party of adventurers gathers in preparation to chase down the Gnolls who ran away and put a stop to their deadly invasions once and for all. And hopefully rescue a couple of kidnapped villagers in the process. As we start here, you guys are all gathering up in your cart. Edivard has just finished, recently just finished his warging kind of through his raven. Leaving his raven there, having seen what the camp looks like and having a good idea of how to get there, he mounts up on the front of the cart and gets ready to drive it wherever it needs to go. I know that there was discussion of some short rests for some of you, and taking turns kind of lying down in the cart, short resting.
Could three sit in the back and one sit with Edivard in front?
Yeah, so Cephas could probably fit in the back. If you have one of the smaller ones, sit with Edivard in the front.
Okay.
And then that would be 2 in the front, 3 in the back. You just have 3 people walking.
Yeah, I can relax in the front with Edivard.
Cool.
Okay. So that's everybody that needed a short rest. As long as nothing happens on the ride there, that should be.
Okay. Should we wait to roll hit dice till later then?
Probably.
Okay.
Is there anything before you guys leave to head to the Gnoll camp that you were intending to do or find out? I wanted to just double check before we do that. I was pretty sure you got everything out of the way before we left, but
when I sorted the bodies, I would have thrown all the equipment into a pile, presumably.
Like the villagers' equipment, or you mean the Gnolls?
I'm in the Gnolls. I don't want to toss their weapons or whatever.
Yeah. Some of them mostly had like fairly crude spears.
It was mostly so that the villagers, if they needed weapons, they would have.
Okay. Yeah, they're nothing special, but they're definitely serviceable. And I would say, as you guys are gearing up to leave, they do. You notice as you're kind of passing by the area where you piled them to go leave, kind of on the edge of town. You notice that pile that you had made towards the beginning of like that whole situation, most of the weapons and stuff are gone. You see that, and you see some villagers who've already armed themselves with some pikes and spears and things like that were taken from the. Pretty much the only things that are left are like a few whips that nobody wanted to mess with. So you guys begin your trek. Edivard is doing his best to kind of, remember the direction that he saw them go. It wasn't a straight shot, right? So you guys all kind of saw this raiding party of, 6 or so Gnolls that were left from the original large raiding party. When they left, you saw them, their pitchforks and torches and everything running off, I should say, because they didn't have mounts, but running off into the hills. But as Edivard kind of tells you, there were definitely some twists and turns and stuff, so he's doing his best to remember exactly the direction they went. So go ahead and roll for Edivard an intelligence check.
+2, 21.
Okay, pretty good. So you guys, for that first half of it, are booking it, going as fast as you can. You guys travel for about 45 minutes. Up and down hills and all through these like prairies and stuff, and it's not, the ground isn't horrible, but there's no road, there's no trail you're riding on, so there's a ton of rocks and stuff in the way. and a lot of opportunities for the cart to sustain damage, or like for you guys to kind of like hit something that would obviously damage the cart, like I was saying. So go ahead and also roll, and this he has proficiency in. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check plus proficiency. This is for, because he has land vehicle proficiency, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is just a roll to see how well he can, since you guys are going fast, I wouldn't have you do it if we were rolling stealth.
So 16.
Okay. So yeah, without issue, you guys are, there's a couple times, especially because it's dark, a couple times where Edivard is having to be careful because you're going at such a fast pace. And at times, the rest of you that are walking are actually jogging as Edivard is just pushing this donkey or mule or whatever. Or I guess you can fly, Lumen. Yeah. So you're having the best time. But Holik, oh, you're in the back, aren't you?
No, I'm in the front.
You're right.
With
Perfect.
Edivard.
There's a moment as Edivard he's pushing this donkey, like, or this mule, hard. He's faster. The people that are walking along the side kind of have to start to jog, and then they have to start to run as Edivard, completely focused, tunnel vision, straight ahead of him. He's not paying attention to anything, except he is pushing this animal to its limits, and faster than this thing should be moving, and pulling with 3 people in the back, and he's paying no mind to what's going on around him, except a rock straight in front of him. He turns the cart quickly to avoid it, pushes the animal faster.
I'm gonna ask him to take it easy.
Make a charisma check.
$14.
He pays you no mind. He is driven. Just even passively, some insight here. He is obviously very bothered by what happened and what you all witnessed. And he doesn't want to waste a single moment when he knows that there's the possibility of rescuing people there. At least that's your best guess. I mean, that's based on conversations that were had before leaving, but he doesn't look at you when you say anything. He doesn't continue to accelerate. Whether the animal can't accelerate anymore, or you telling him to slow it down made him stop. But you're going at a very fast pace. And the other people, who are the 3 that are running? Titus, Clonus, and Lumen, you're flying. You guys aren't sprinting. Well, Clonus, you're having a bit of a rough time.
Yell like, "Hey, I have short legs. Can we please slow down just a little? Can't keep up."
Okay, you can go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Persuasion? 18.
Holik, you hear, "I'm sorry." And he kind of slows down a little bit. You hear him say that to himself, and then he does slow down the pace a little bit, enough to where he sees Clonus catch up on the left side of the cart and Clonus kind of stops, kind of can go down to a bit of a jog now rather than a run, where the others were jogging, or Lumen was flying, but Clonus was really having a...
Thank you, Edivard.
Edivard does not respond, but he continues carefully avoiding anything in the way. But at this point now, you're about 45 minutes or so, and you had said you wanted to go for the first half of it fast-paced. So is your intention now to kind of slow it down and stealth up to the last bit?
Yeah.
I believe so.
So then everybody go and roll a stealth check for me. If you're in the cart, you may make a stealth check. If you're manning the cart, you need to go ahead and roll. If you don't have proficiency in stealth because you're proficient in vehicles, go ahead and add your proficiency. Okay. You might have to roll for Mike since he...
Oh, yeah.
All right, Levi, what'd you roll?
9 for me and 17 for Vith.
Oh, is Vith running?
He did.
I assume.
He just went to the bathroom.
Clonus?
14.
Pretty good. Cephas?
9.
All right. Ghibli?
13.
Jared? I mean, Titus?
Natural 20 for a 23 total.
Oh,
Average up at
21.
pretty good. That's the cart.
17.
Lumen? Okay. Pretty decent median. All right, so as those of you who needed it feel a little bit more refreshed and back to a better spot health-wise, you see ahead of you, Edovard, on these rolling plains, a small hill, a little bit larger than the ones that you've come across. You guys you've been having to go over. It's just large enough that you can't entirely see over it and see what is behind it. However, Hulk and Venora, the two of you do notice some smoke rising up in the air just over the hill, or from behind the hill. And you're about 400 feet or so from this hill. It goes pretty far. Like you could go around it, it would take you a few minutes to, like 5-10 minutes to get to one of the sides, that you don't have to go over the hill itself. But towards the center of it, behind it a ways, you do see some smoke rising up into the air, which is fairly impressive because of how dark it is right now. There are some clouds over the sky right now. You can see lots of stars occasionally through the clouds. And the moon is, I believe, a crescent moon tonight. I have to look at my calendar again, but I'm going to go with it. So it is a very, very dark night.
Guys, do we want to make a plan before we charge in here?
Yes. Probably.
We should probably stop now.
Edivard, you know the most. You should probably tell us what you want to do.
So smart.
So Edovard, when you were flying in there through your crow or whatever, if you look on the map right ahead of me on the table, that is what you saw as far as layout.
And where's the tent that our Raggedy Man friend?
So on the far corner from where you guys will be approaching, there's a bit of rubble. So what you remember of the camp, it looked like there may have been some sort of village here a long, long time ago, and there were a bunch of walls and stuff from former homes and towers and stuff like that that was mostly rubble now. And they have kind of put tents up against a lot of that rubble. The far corner from where you guys will be approaching, there are 2 tents pushed up against this bit of rubble. And it was the kind of corner tent there. I'm sorry, the one on the right, so the one that's kind of away from the rubble a little bit. Yep.
To the best of my knowledge, I remember seeing 2 and a big guy. Did I see any more?
Gnolls?
Yeah.
You definitely saw more.
Okay.
You saw at least 6 that you remember.
Interesting.
And they were all kind of reporting to the big guy when they got back and telling him what happened. He was like, was seemingly upset with some of it, but then they were all like chanting some name in Gnollish that you don't know. And then this guy like walked out of his tent. He was this tall, big, bulky gnoll that had like jewels and gold like chain hanging off of him. Seemingly their leader.
So he's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. If I had to
As
guess,
Ghibli would say, dripped out.
Wah, Ghibli inventing slang. Sly
You
dog.
just said that in the very first session. You said that you were dripped
Oh,
out.
that's true. As the kids would say, dripped out.
Right.
All right. To the best of my knowledge, I convey that to the party, including the dripped out Gnoll. I don't know who's dripped out. I want to form 2 teams. I'm fairly sneaky, and I'd like to go in and make sure that man I saw is okay. So maybe 1 or 2 other people that are sneaky with me can flank around back, get that guy just 10, 30, 50 feet away from camp, and then flank with the rest of the group. And maybe I can send like a code word when we're both ready to pincer.
Look, all you need is 1 to be distraction, and I can be very loud.
I love that.
I'd rather more to me, but you better come quick.
Well, I can be with you if you want, because I can get pretty big. Like, bigger than you.
2 distractions,
2 big distractions.
And I can-
5 man.
I can come around the back with you.
Right now, you're not big, so you got.
And I can hold my own just as well. So don't count me out as well. I could be part of the distraction.
But I don't have my backpack yet.
I don't need it.
I may need it.
That's okay.
Vith and I can come around back, around the side.
Okay.
I could try to
Give me.
sneak with
I
you guys.
was hoping I could get someone with healing. Can you? Because if he's on death's door, I can only do some herbs and medicine, but I don't have any magic like that.
I could shove a good berry down his throat.
That sounds fantastic.
Hey, also I was made. Clonus, are you sneaky at all?
Look at him.
Those legs. It's all.
I'm just using
Do you see this? Do you see this rare form standing in front of you?
That's why I thought you were sneaky.
No.
Titus reaches into his bag and pulls out a small vial and hands it to you and says, "This will help him.
Thank you. This
It's for a good cause."
Cephas
I can't believe
and
it.
Titus make a distraction.
And give
Are we
it.
splitting into 3
Well,
groups?
Do you want to be a distraction, or do you want to be a
right?
pincer?
I could be a distraction.
Okay.
Well, how about
Do we want to have?
Titus and me? We yell, get them all on us. You come in, attack them from the back.
From the back of what would be considered the back of your guys' group.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
the back with
Yes.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's a good idea.
And then you come in from the other side.
Me, Clonus?
Right.
Yep.
We hold him off as long as we can so you can get the fellow up. Then you've got to come clean up the mess we've made.
We have a significant advantage by taking them surprise, but don't forget we are on their home turf, so expect
So,
the unexpected.
Edovard, Venora, and
Is this a mountain? Sorry.
What he has seen
You
is...
round the hill, and it's a mountain.
No, what you've seen is it's like in the middle of a big open plains. There's just a slight hill, a bit of a grassy knoll ahead of you. Knoll has double meaning now.
They're
And
going to have a gunslinger.
presumably, when you climb over this hill, you will be looking upon the camp. From what Edovard has told you.
Where's Lumen going?
And where's Venora?
I think
Venora's going with.
If
Sneaky
No
team?
offense, but I want to be as
Okay, just as
sneaky as
small.
possible.
Okay.
So
2 is better.
2 sneaks, 2 distractions, and then if 4 of us go in the
Well,
middle?
us 3 will
Oh, you're going-
distract. Them 2 will go to get the guy. Maybe you 3
What?
could split from us and flank.
you're
let's use names, Titus.
That's yeah. I'm
Please?
sorry, I get so confused.
Pointing is really hard. for me.
Cephas, Ghibli, and I are distraction A.
Got it.
You guys are making
AKA
noise, right?
Y.
Yes.
Clonus, no.
You guys need
Holik
a
and
task force,
Edivard are going to rescue the guy.
yep.
Venora, Lumen, Clonus could probably be delayed distraction when they come to attack us. Then you
They're
jump in.
the ambush team.
The
You
distraction.
ambush. Like, you can come from the top, yeah?
Oh,
So we have distraction,
You could go
Heal.
from the top then.
and ambush.
They're really once the
just say
distraction team has begun
Not a
distracting.
problem then.
There's no longer really a distraction team. It's just the defense team at that point. So I think the 3 on distraction is good. Well, no, I think Clonus and Cephas should go in to distract because they're loud, and that's a compliment to you, Ghibli. And then you, to get the most advantage out of the situation, come up behind, get the advantage on some enemies. Same with you, Venora, and you, Lumen. You can even provide healing to us from above, or stay hidden. It's kind of up to you.
All right, as an observer here, let me recap
Yep.
for you guys. From what I understand, so you guys can just say yes or no if this is right. My understanding is Clonus, Titus, and Cephas banging their shields, right?
Loud team.
Loud team. Ghibli on standby, very close to them, ready to, when they get a bunch of people, strike from the shadows. Correct?
Okay.
Also
With
Venora.
Venora.
With Venora, because Venora can heal from the shadows, right? And then SEAL Team 6 is Edovard, Holik, and Holik's Dragon.
Yep.
They're going, in the beginning, to go around, and Lumen is just going to fly wherever he wants.
Lumen's kind of like
Yeah.
a wild card.
Wild card!
Lumen's recon.
Every
Also,
advantage.
let's think,
I like the
very-
idea that Lumen like flies really high and then passes over the moon, and they're like,
Is there a moon right now?
Bird, don't die.
it's occasionally being
sliver.
covered over by some clouds, but there is a tiny crescent moon.
There's a very real chance we could be outnumbered here, so focusing your fire on
And-
one enemy, dropping them, and then moving to another. Don't spread out entirely.
Yeah, just focus them down, and when we don't know if we're gonna get hit by the big warlord or whoever he is, the chieftain,
The drippy one.
the drippy, yeah, the dripped out. So
Drip Daddy Noel.
just be aware we might just
Well, how are you going to tell us when you want us to go?
Yeah, how much time should we give you?
I can give you
I can
make a
wave and
signal.
noise.
You have a message, right?
I have a
No,
message.
but I have
I was thinking if it'll consume some of your magical capabilities, I have a bird that can be really loud.
Oh, I can make it like a sign, a visible sign that you guys. It should be pretty apparent if things go south.
Like a birdie
It's not big. I can just blot out the moon. And
Well, can you just put your bird on my shoulder then?
Sure. Actually, I could.
You're gonna notice it a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, I can do that, and then I'll send a message to him to Squawk.
Just as the loudest squawk right in his ear.
Oh, he has a name also. It's Soap.
Oh, he actually has a
I thought
name.
you
now?
named him something else.
No, I specifically had not given him a name. I
We're
had called
calling
him
him something.
Barf.
We were calling it Puke.
Puke.
But his name is Soap?
His name is Soap.
I figured, fake it till you make it kind of thing. It's all a mental game.
Next week.
His name is Soap.
Alright then. But we'll be ready.
All right. You, me, and your big lizard.
Yep.
Let's do this.
There's still going to be some stealth checks in order for your team.
To
As
get
you
up
guys
close.
to get up close enough. Unless you want to make a bunch of noise now, but you're 400 feet away from the hill, and you don't know how far behind the hill this camp is. You know what I'm saying? So you want to get to the hill to have some idea of where you're going. There's still going to be a stealth check to get up to that point.
Can I have a little guidance, maybe?
Guidance.
There you go.
My big friend.
So, but before we do that, there's going to be a. Let me reiterate real quickly. I'm going to assume you're all going to leave the cart here, get up to the base of the hill, and split off from that point. Correct? Okay. So for point of order here, the hill is basically right here on the edge of the battle map, behind kind of where that tent is. And then you're splitting up into the two groups. One group is just 2 players and a beast companion.
Yep.
The other group is 6 players, or 6 characters. And you guys are going to kind of situate yourselves however you want. And then you guys are acting first, and then sending a message, and that's when they start
Yeah,
going
that's when they charge.
wild. All right, got it.
Bayonets.
Can Venora do that like star chart astral thing between us two?
Okay, you guys ready?
What kind of weapons do they have previously?
From what
that
you've
you've
seen, there were some with whips, some with long spears, and most of them were biting. All right, you guys ready? Everybody go ahead and roll stealth checks to approach the hill, your breaking off point.
Now, do we get advantage? Because it's dark.
I'll say, you know what? Nobody has any light cast, right?
I don't.
You're in total darkness. You guys can roll with advantage.
Yeah. Yes. That's so cool.
So if you have
Just take what I
disadvantage, take a
rolled.
straight roll.
I rolled with disadvantage.
Both of mine,
And it was good?
Yeah.
Sure.
both of my dice rolled the same.
Cut out the
I can't. Before you guys say what your stealths are, Clolic and Edovard, I see the constellations of you and connect you two together. So as long as you're within 30 feet of each other, you have a D4
Every turn.
extra.
Once per turn.
Yep.
A D4 to any D20.
How long
You do
does
it now,
that?
I guess, yeah? Because that's
How
for 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
Cool. Cool.
Okay. Stealth checks. Hulk and Vith.
Holik is 21.
Just give me 1 second here. I need to roll perception for their guards.
No.
Arnar.
Oh no.
No. He's gotten rope.
One of them fell asleep.
Standing up.
He's just like,
Leaning on a spear.
yeah. Oh! Stabbed himself in the face. All right, Hulk and Vith.
I would not have used it.
Holik 21, Vith 19.
Pretty good. Clonus?
11.
22.
How is that even
The best Stevis will ever be.
For being a distraction, you're
Oh.
Ghibli?
18.
Pretty good.
Natural 20 for 23.
26.
Whoa. No wonder you're on SEAL Team 6 over here. Yours were 21 and 18, right?
Yeah. 21, 19.
Oh,
Benora?
13.
So the lowest 2 are yours and Clonus's so far, 13 and 12?
14.
Okay.
No.
13,
Look at
12,
this.
13, 14.
We're not supposed to be sneaky.
All right. So as far as all of you know, you sneak the 400 feet required up to the base of this hill. Is anybody going up onto the top of the hill to kind of look over and see what things look like? Or are you guys just going to split up and go on either side of it?
I'll do whatever Edivard says.
What are you guys doing? Like, distractions, it might make sense for you guys to just run up and down the hill.
We're gonna go like around
The
the
long
hill
way around?
first. before distractions start and everything.
Okay. So, you guys get up to the edge of the hill, kind of up it a bit, about a third up it, and you're waiting, listening.
Can I try to hear?
Go ahead, roll a perception check, yeah.
Disadvantage because it's dark.
I'm going to as well.
Advantage because it's dark.
What I get?
Can't hear as well because it's too dark.
6.
13.
Hey, together we make 26.
Cephas, with order the two of you listen. Nothing out of the ordinary. Some crickets off in the distance. A bird flies over. Holik, listening, you hear the crackle of a large campfire, like a large bonfire in the near distance. You hear like a kind of strange low cackle and a whooping, like a laughter, something you've heard from these creatures before, but it's not very loud, and it's seemingly farther away even than that fire is. That's about it. Nobody seems to be approaching you. You don't hear any alarms being raised. It seems as though your guys' approach to this hill, and you, from what you can hear, it sounds as though almost directly on the other side of the hill is where their camp is at.
Which way is the wind blowing?
It's an interesting question. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Are you gonna ride the wind?
He's gonna glide on the wind.
5.
5? Alright. It doesn't seem to be very windy, from what you can tell. Maybe when you start flying, you'll be able to have a better idea, but you're kind of at the base of a hill, too, so it might be blowing against
It's
it.
like 20 miles an hour current.
Yeah, you fly straight up, and as soon as you crest the hill, you just get thrown straight back. No, your best. It doesn't seem to be very windy. Maybe once you're flying up higher, you'll be able to notice better.
Quietly to everyone.
Can Lumen speak quietly? Is that possible?
I've tried to practice. It's kind of hard. Is it?
Dude, the build up to what amounted to basically a burp. We can pretend you're whispering if you want.
I forgot how I did before. But
Yeah, you can just speak as Lumen if you want. We can pretend.
Is it windy? Anyone?
Does it feel windy?
Yeah, I'd say with your passive perceptions, you guys are kind of like... It's not very windy, but it seems to be occasionally a small little gust to like the northwest. For you guys, the direction the SEAL Team 6 plans to be going, there will be a moment where it's kind of blowing from you
Directly
guys to
from
the
us
camp.
to them.
Yeah.
Bummer. We should change that.
All the way.
Go all the way around the other
I
direction.
was just saying change the wind. So
Oh, yeah.
blow really.
All right. But as far as you all can tell, your approach to this hill seems to go unnoticed. You are perched and ready for the loud team and stealth team. It's up to you when you want to go. You going?
Yeah.
I am going to have you guys roll new stealth checks.
I was
But
concerned.
this is because you're approaching to the danger point here. You still get advantage, and you get your D4.
Same D20.
That's exactly what I got.
What was it, Jude?
25.
Nice.
So one worse.
Yeah.
20
doing
for
advantage
me
again?
and 16 for Viv.
This is just them.
Yeah,
This
I
is
just
just
rolled
the
advantage.
stealth team. What was yours? Sorry.
20 for me and 16 for Viv.
Okay, so 20 Oleg, 16 Vith, 25 Ed.
It's 24.
24?
He's an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Sorry.
It's cool.
Should I assume that from now on? Whenever you tell me it's one less?
Basically,
you're an
every
idiot?
skill check is one less than I say.
That's fair.
Because I can't count, apparently.
Because I can't count.
Because I can't count.
All right. Pretty good rolls still. I'm not going to re-roll the Gnollish perception. Okay. As you guys carefully going through this field, fairly tall grass where you're at, you're creeping up to where the hill kind of tapers off, about to crest around. You guys are going to the right, correct? To the south?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody crested the hill to kind of get a a look at the camp, right? All right.
Not until they get a.
As you guys kind of creep around the edge of the hill, you're kind of way down here.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna say like another 100 or so feet off this battle map, and you're gonna have to kind of come up the other side of the hill to get to the base of the camp. So there's gonna be a long period of time where you're kind of crawling through the grass or however you want to go about doing it. Actually that's a good question. What is your intention as far as approaching the camp? As you do crest around where the hill tapers off about 100 feet away from where this camp is, and you can see it ahead of you, I'll say about 120 feet ahead of you, is this edge, the southern edge of the camp. What is your approach tactic?
Low and slow.
Yeah.
Army crawl?
Well, no, not quite. I'm more
Crouch
like a
through the grass?
simian, arms over my crouch.
Solid snake style?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Each of you go ahead and roll perception checks for me with disadvantage.
Good at that.
Yikes.
Oh, can I have advantage?
No, it's totally dark, man.
8.
8?
Yeah.
For you? What about this?
Oh.
What? That's why I brought you.
Dude, I rolled a 2.
That's why.
Edward, what'd you get?
10.
Not good. 4.
Okay.
Another 2.
All right.
Okay.
As the two of you, or the three of you, creep quietly, you do see pretty quickly there is one gnoll between two of these kind of rubble, setups where there's some tents and stuff kind of pressed up against them, and you're, with your terrible perception, you're pretty certain the one that you're approaching on that, what will be your right side, is the one that you want. You see standing between that tent setup and the one to its left, there is a single gnoll standing there with a torch. Yep. Occasionally kind of looking out around and like sniffing out into the night air and then just standing there. Seemingly very bored, just looking out into the night. You do also notice to the left of that kind of center rubble pile, there are these large spikes, like what would be used for like anti-cavalry spikes. Fairly, from what you can tell, it's very dark here, and you're basically using just the light of the occasional sliver moon above you and their bonfire that's deep in their camp, kind of lighting up, from behind it. But you did see these briefly, within the sight of your raven. But there is one set of these huge spike things. It would be, like I said, anti-cavalry. That for whatever, it'd be hard to kind of sneak through them. And you would still have to be careful because you can't tell from here whether there's anything in between them, but they are just these large spikes. That's all you can really tell with a 10. But they are pretty effectively stretched out between these rubble piles. So from here, you don't see any easy way of sneaking through those. Your best entrance is where that gnoll is standing, and that's where you want to go, or kind of getting around it on that other rubble pile and approaching from there. What are you guys doing?
Do we call it in? I don't have the faith that I can sneak past that knoll.
Call it in.
How close are you guys right now?
I'd like to be
to that gnoll specifically. If you're calling it in, I don't know where you guys are.
How close to him is like the grass, like matted down from them walking?
Yeah. How tall is the grass?
To the gnoll?
Yeah.
It probably goes out about 15 feet from him, or 20 feet from him, that's kind of matted down before the majority of it is still fairly tall. And it's about like 4 to 5 feet tall. Well, I'd say it's about between 3 and 4 feet tall. It's tall grass, but it's not super tall.
What kind of grass? Not specifically, but just like...
I don't know, wheat grass.
Around
I don't know.
30 feet away then?
No, it's fairly green.
Green? Okay.
I'd like to be with
30 feet.
30 feet from
30
the
feet of the
tent.
gnoll? Or from the tent?
I'd like to be 30 feet.
Well, then that's putting you guys on the map, so go ahead and put yourselves on the map where you want to be then.
Perfect diagonal, not on the map. From this corner, 30 feet this way.
Okay, you can still put your mini over there if you want.
Cool.
And I'll be where he's diagonal. I would be straight from this line.
As you guys are approaching and getting into position, you guys kind of point out where you want to be to each other, and you break. Edovard, you off to the side, a little farther away. You guys are about 15 feet from each other. Holek, as you perch down in the grass, and Vith joins you, there's a moment where Vith kind of shifts in some of the grass, and you see that Gnoll kind of peer in that direction and move his torch over. Edovard, you see as he kind of picks up, hoists his spear, and like looks out. Go! You message through the... Okay, so you guys, where you're standing, on the other side of this grassy knoll, you
just hear
shrieking straight into your ear, Cephas. What are you guys doing?
Right when it shrieks into my ear, I stand up and charge and just yell as loud as I can. Ilmater's glory!
Okay. Screaming.
Good last words.
Famous last words.
As you trip into...
I'm following right behind, banging on the shield.
I need all of you to make strength checks. If whoever's making noise. Ghibli, are you making noise? No, you're not.
No,
right?
I'm not.
I need you to make a stealth check. Because as you're approaching, you're trying to go with them, kind of, but off to the side.
Just strength.
This is to just belt out as loud of a yell as you can.
19.
Are you trying to make noise? Or are you
No, I'm
stealthing?
stealthy.
What are you doing? Lumen?
Just flying over.
Okay. Let's go ahead and,
Keeping pace.
real quick. So the loud ones are the three of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what, strength check?
6.
Hey,
Close has never been this quiet before.
I mean, you're still doing the bare minimum, right? Banging your shield, I assume. Yeah.
It's a little
soft-spoken.
shadowed by us.
17 plus 3, 20.
Okay, so just
Nice.
belting out this loud war cry. Okay, the two of you, and it's cutting through the dead silence of night. It is terrifying. There's almost a moment, like for the two of you and Ghibli, where you're trying to be quiet, and you know that this is going to happen, but it's still like the juxtaposition of the dead silence of night. It's so eerily quiet. And then all of a sudden, just this loud clamoring and screaming, like banging on pots and pans and just running, charging in like a small three-man army. You guys crest the top of the hill, and immediately you see this in front of you. You see two large spike-trapped areas, a tent in the corner of them, rubble straight ahead, and you guys are approaching over from right here. And then I need all of you to roll initiative.
yes.
Titus.
I get advantage.
We get advantage because it's night.
Did you want Gillies and Venora stealth?
Yeah, I'll need your stealth checks in just a moment. We can do those at the beginning of your turn. But I do need to know, Venora and Ghibli, I'm assuming you guys broke off from them a little bit, right?
Yes.
You guys want to be over here,
I would...
towards the center of the camp?
Yeah, because I know that's where the way went.
Because when you guys all kind of crest the hill, I'm assuming you kind of veer off from each other a little bit, and when you get to the top, you would notice there's a rubble pile, like right here.
Okay.
It's up to you where you want
How
to go.
far...
Just throw it.
I just... With my negative strength.
You'll have to I will also say, as you crest the hill, you do notice there is a guard posted right there.
How far away is...
Immediately over it on the bottom. But when you guys all crest the hill, those guys yelling, you watch as you come over. You don't even notice that guy. You guys have the worst. The two of you have terrible passive perception, right? But you're yelling, running. You get to the bottom of the hill, and only then realize, running towards you to your right, there is a Gnoll right there.
What I
you
see him?
You see, yeah. You notice as you're running down the hill, you watch him kind of like. He wakes up. This is that one that had the crit fail. He wakes up and sees what's going on and just starts howling out into the night immediately and starts running to you guys. As the three of you get to the bottom of the hill, Cephas and Clonus look over and see this thing running over, and it is right there. It's getting up in there. The three of you kind of crest over the hill and see it already running with your stealth. Actually, go ahead and give me your stealth right now.
Mine was 15.
Pretty good.
23.
Wow. Are you stealthing with them, or are you just going to fly in?
I could stealth until I don't want to be, I guess.
Okay. I just want to see where you're starting at when we go to start initiative. I need to see where your mini is starting. So
14.
Okay.
Bravo, leader.
All right, Venora and Ghibli, I'm going to say you guys are coming down the hill right here. Is that fine?
Yeah.
I would like... How... If I'm on top of the hill, can I see over this rubble?
For a moment you do. You can see that there's a tent just on the other side of that room, the biggest tent out of all of them. But you don't see an entrance to it. That's presumably on the other side. And you see a bonfire in the center and 3 gnolls sitting around it.
I'll just stick with Ghibli.
Stick with Ghibli?
Yeah.
Do you want to be on, which side of them do you want to be on?
That side. Perfect.
And then Lumen, where are you starting at?
All right, I'll go over here then.
Yeah?
Yeah, over
Towards
to the
the-
right of the big tent.
All right. So you're 40 feet up. Is here fine? Where you're like starting location, 40 feet up?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now everybody go and roll initiative for me if you haven't already.
Yes. Yeah. I can add my D4 to that.
Wait, can we re-roll our initiatives?
If you haven't already.
I haven't re-rolled.
No.
I haven't re-rolled yet.
Hold on. Oh wait, sorry. 20 to 25, anybody? 15 to 20?
16.
17.
Dang it!
17? Anybody else? 17?
Yes.
Okay. Titus want to go first, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Because you're being loud?
Yeah.
Silly guy.
Silly
I'm a
little guy.
silly little turtle.
All right. Anybody else 15 to 20?
16.
That's right.
Yes. Not bad.
Anybody else? 15? Okay. 10 to 14?
12.
All right, I'm assuming we're going to have loud guy go first then?
Sure.
Clonus, Venora, Lumen, what were you guys at? 3?
Slot.
3.
Clonus?
3.
Oh, also 3?
No. Yeah, 3.
All right, we'll have loud guy go first. Venora, you know,
18.
18. Running in, the 3 on the loud team, screaming and banging their drums. Immediately, you know what I mean? Immediately,
Dum, dum.
that gnoll that was sleeping wakes up, starts rushing in that direction. And enemy 1 is the Gnoll Pack Lord. Okay, the 3 of you, Titus, what is your passive perception again?
13.
Okay, so you can notice the bonfire. You can all see pretty clearly. There's 3 around the bonfire, straight ahead of you in the center of the camp. The shadows, actually, I'm sorry, the light of the bonfire kind of gets overcast for a moment, and as you look up and see this hulking gnoll, so much larger and bulkier than the rest of them, is standing in front of it. This terrifying moment where this creature, this monster, is in front of this bonfire. Just like only a silhouette surrounded in fire stands there. He arches his back and lets out this terrifying shrieking and cackling howl into the night. Immediately you hear in the distance another howl, another howl. 3, 4, 5, 7 different, all from all different sides of the camp, all join in this loud war cry in response to this challenge. He inspires them all to war.
More.
What is it good for?
Nothing.
Nothing. Immediately, Titus, you stand there. All of you now see and hear this. As he does this, he rears back, grabs something off of his back, looses an arrow straight for you.
What?
Like alerts.
They're intelligent?
Titus, as you stand there, this arrow just bounces off your chest.
Racist.
Another arrow.
Oh no.
This one, as that one bounces off your chest, you start to raise your shield and then kind of glances past your leg and just a deep gash on the side of your leg from this arrow.
Ew.
Wow, minimum damage.
Real deep gash.
3 damage.
Very
Small-
deep
small
gash.
turtle, yeah.
Just after that.
Deep
All right.
gash in a small
Titus, your turn. You see to your right a gnoll rushing towards you guys, kind of or ahead of you, between you and the bonfire, 5, 10, 15, 20. Like 40 or 50, more like 50 feet away from you is that large Gnollish pack lord. Between you as well, there is a tent, right, like 25 feet ahead of you, between these 2 large, like stretching out spike trap, like sections that kind of block you guys all off from the camp itself.
How far am I from the one
That's
on the
running towards
outside?
you?
Yeah.
30 feet. Well,
Perfect.
30 feet gets you right next to him.
Perfect.
You want that?
I would like to bonus action Giantitis.
He's big now. He's got giantitis.
As you rush in, each step you get larger and larger until you're this huge or this large version of yourself, standing like 8, 9 feet tall.
And then I will swing my Morning Star at it.
Okay, go for it.
19.
Hit, definitely hits.
14 damage.
Whoa. That's a big one. So you rush and crack him in the side of the face. Just immediately, his howl that he's doing in response, he kind of takes a moment to stand there, and then in preparation for you running up, he howls this loud cackle to join the cacophony of his brothers. And then as he stops and looks at you, he's cracked in the face with your Morning Star. That's it. Okay. He is hurting. He's just whimpering. You see blood kind of pouring from the side of his face. He looks at you, this big, beady red eye now that starts to kind of glow yellow as he looks straight into your eyes. Ending your turn, Ghibli, it's you. From your position of stealth, whatever this creature that's here that ran away doesn't seem to notice that you're there.
So the rubble pile that I'm right next to, how high does that reach up over?
It goes about between 25 and 30 feet, like 27 at its highest. But this right here is about 10 feet, 20 feet, 27 feet.
All right, then.
Depends on which area you want to try and get over it. It's not as high in different spots.
So I'm going to move away from the loud crew, trying to get over the ledge that's about 10 feet.
Okay, so how much movement you got?
25.
Okay, so 15 feet gets you right up to it.
Before I start making my way over there, I'm just going to tap him on the shoulder just to try and follow me. And I'm just going to point over to the ledge. And yes, I will attempt to.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check for me. Unless you have a climbing speed for some reason, I don't think.
All right, that's 22.
Pretty good.
Nice.
So just using normal movement, no extra movement required, that your last 25 feet gets you on top of that pile of rubble.
And I want to...
As you do, crest that though, real quick. Stand up there, kind of perching there, as stealthily as possible, and you are face to face with a tent. This tent goes up about 15 feet right in front of you, so it is higher than you are standing right here.
Okay, good.
Well, actually, with about as tall as you are, you're at like eye level with the top of this tent.
Sounds good. Yeah, okay. So I'll just crouch right there and just wait and just hold my spot, and that'll end my turn.
All right.
Nice.
You don't have an action you want to hold or anything?
No.
All right, ending Ghibli's turn, Edivard.
30 feet.
I will say, you see that gnoll there does just kind of like react. It joins in that cacophonous howl. Let me see if it wants to, if it has the wherewithal to think.
I bet he wants to join his pals.
Especially after he was inspired.
Absolutely.
You do see that pack lord that came out there. When he howled and shot, he does turn around and he says something just disgusting and vicious in this language they have, pointing at the one by you. And that one just kind of like, it kind of cowers away from him and turns around. It does still face towards you.
I speak Goblin.
They're not speaking Goblin, they're speaking Gnollish.
I was just curious if any of them were like bilingual and they're trying to show off.
Yes. That was the moment for them to try and show off their bilingual capabilities. I will, however, roll to see if this Gnoll...
Roll for the Gnoll.
Actually follows orders.
Uh-oh. He's a bit rambunctious.
Okay. The Gnoll seems to be like, he's like looking out now in the other direction, but he's like itching to fight. So he's looking over his shoulder.
Yes!
So his perception is worse now.
Good. Because what I'm going to do is point at you, and of course by you I mean Holik, and then point to the Gnoll. Thumb up, and I go for the tent.
Okay, immediately running in.
I should be able to get...
I'm assuming, are you just sprinting? So you abandon
Not
stealth?
dashing.
I know, but I mean, you're not
Because
crawling.
it's an action
you're
to
running,
hide, right?
Yes, what I'm saying is you're running. You're abandoning your stealth, correct?
If it takes an action to hide. If I can just go slower.
No.
Okay.
You would have to like not go the full way if you want to just go slower.
Yeah,
You're
I'm not
30 feet.
hiding.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
What would your passive stealth be? If that was
12. Wait, 14.
14?
Hey!
Okay. You, picking your moment carefully, you watch as this Gnoll is like, he's muttering something, his discontent to himself as he looks out in your direction, and he kind of, he starts cackling. As he looks over in the direction, he whimpers and whines as he sees combat that he can't be a part of, and you go right at that moment, just as he looks over his shoulder. You run, slide behind the tent. Holik, you watch as he does this, just as the Gnoll kind of like, it looks back out in the direction of you guys.
What do I see?
Behind the tent, there is no way to get in necessarily from right here. as you kind of slide down there, you look around. The tent it's not incredible. I mean, it's mostly like burlap and like linen and different bits of scraps that they've probably taken from villages and stuff and propped up with sticks. So you could probably crawl underneath it if you'd like. But the opening to it's obviously on the other side, towards the camp. You want to try and peek underneath, like the little cracks? Okay, go ahead and you can make a perception check with yourself.
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay. 2.
It's pretty bad.
No. No. 19.
What? Okay.
There was a 2 on the D4. And then my perception 2
plus 17.
So I had to say it because I saw the number.
Okay. You kind of, after sliding down, you look underneath the little crack, where it's not quite reaching the ground, and you lift up the side of the tent and looking in. There's no light source in here. You just see like a pile of refuse and muck, and you see like maybe like an old canvas that was like taken from a village or something that's kind of shoved in the corner, and it smells bad in there, like old meat that's been sitting for a while. But what'd you roll? 19?
19.
There is a moment where something in that little pile kind of moves, and you see just the hint of a body sitting in there, and kind of like he kind of like this is the old man.
Yeah.
Scared. It's like whatever's going on. He kind of and he says, "Ashanar be with me."
I'll be in a moment. If you want to live, shut up and drink this. And I slide the potion underneath the tent.
Okay.
It's just like a vial, right? It's regular.
Go ahead and roll a charisma check. I'm trying to keep this guy calm. Because he is not expecting a voice out of the darkness.
No, it's once per turn.
You used it once per turn, so...
Idiot dummy.
You dummy idiot.
2. But it's in common.
Yeah, please, don't hurt me. I can't take anymore.
The potion's in there.
And there's just this kind of like that sound of a rolling vial along the ground through the dirt and muck, and then he... What is it?
Healing.
Thank you. And you
Stay
hear
hidden.
a little...
It's pretty much my action, I'm going to assume, right? Yeah. Then I'll just kind of stand here.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay, ending Edward's turn. The rest of the Gnolls.
The rest of the Gnolls. Let's see what they do.
Alright, so the 3 Gnolls by the Pack Lord, they are not stupid and will rush forward, but using the cover of their camp, knowing that you can't get in easily. Those 3 will kind of flank on either side of him, so you put 2 of them on this side and 1 of them on his left side. And I believe they have some slings. They have spears. Okay. So each of them will lob spears at the loud crew here. 1 spear coming for you, Cephas. That's an 18. Hit. Ooh. Okay. Pretty decent damage there. 7 piercing damage. Oh wait, hang on. The spear's range, he has to roll with disadvantage on that. I forgot. I rolled the exact same number. So, a spear through the darkness as you're kind of getting your bearings, seeing where people are coming from, and you see it at the last second as it just kind of glances off your shield and pierces the side of your arm slightly. Another spear coming for you, Cephas. A 15. Okay. 1 for you, Clonus. A 16.
Miss.
Okay. So those last 2, you guys, you see this one coming and quickly bat it to the side with your long sword, Cephas, and you, Clonus, hold up your shield just in time as it just bounces right off. The one running up to you, Titus, it gets just cracked in the face with your morning star, and it tries to gather itself a little bit and kind of stands upright and then just lashes out. You see this long barbed tongue as it will lash forward for you. It is going to... It is angry. It is going to make a bite attack.
It will lick you with its cat tongue.
It misses. It just jumps up, trying to bite at the side of your arm, just chomps down on your shell and scratch like nails on a chalkboard as it shrieks down to the ground. And it's like licking its teeth and trying to like get some of the gross crud from your shell off of it. All right, there's that one. The one guard on that watch over there, will you move it 5, 10, 15? No, like diagonal to get around the traps. One more. And then it will go, how much movement does it have? It's 30, so 3 more towards you guys. And then it's going to lob a spear with disadvantage at Clonus, or Cephas. That one. You just see this spear lobbed straight for you, and you just sidestep straight down to the ground. Right. Easy. Right, you sidestep and it just impales Clonus. You were behind
So
me.
the spear's right in the ground by me?
Yeah.
Very good.
You now have a spear.
Huh?
You now have a spear.
I'll even say, if you so wish, you could catch it.
Yeah. Oh, I catch it.
Oh, yeah. So just as it's coming straight for you, I mean, he still throws it with decent force. You just catch it out of the air.
Bad idea.
That's so cool.
Bad idea.
I'm
Jason Statham.
Oh, I'm Holic. I just rolled a nat 1 again. Sorry, guys. I'll be in the battle.
It's going to be really hard to tell when you're doing your voice and when he's doing your voice.
Because it's such a good impression.
Yeah.
Because it's such a great impression.
Okay. Edvard, you do not see this, but Holik, you do. Out of that tent, from behind where the one that is guarding, Lexi, will you put this one outside the tent for me? It will just dash towards its leader. So 30 feet towards its leader, thank you. 30 feet towards its leader, thank you.
Nice. Oh, I was going to do this. I just forgot to say my bird couldn't reach me, but he spent his turn on mine just dashing in the 30 feet in the air towards me.
And then there's one that comes out of the Pack Lord's tent. Walks out and walks over. It's a woman. And what was your stealth earlier? Was it 13? 13. Okay. It walks out. Will you put this behind that set of trenches, please? And as it kind of looks out into the surrounding area, it looks up right at you, Lumen, and you're just kind of just glorious as it looks up and just this horrible shrieking cackling. It will. You see it pull a spear out and look at you at the ready. It used an action to make a perception check to see if there was anybody out there to see you, so it can't throw anything. But it's holding this spear looking right at you.
Drooling.
Okay, that guard is... He cannot decide what he wants to do.
Make a decision, man.
So we'll see what
Do
he
you
does.
attack the moving brush?
Okay. He will make a perception check, and he will do his guardly duties.
Darn.
Gosh dang it.
He nat 20s. Holik.
You stupid son of a gun.
Holik, there is a moment where you're sitting there waiting to pounce. You're waiting for just the right moment for him to look away so you can run in and just stab him. And as you're waiting, there's a moment where he is like cackling and groaning. He wants to run into the battle and finally he stops. He just looks out into the grass and you notice this Gnoll get real quiet when he's looking in your direction. And then he starts running straight for you. Go ahead and move him 30 feet towards Holik.
Cool and based.
He used his action to make a perception check, but he starts running straight for you. This spear in his hand, he's running. You see he's grabbing for a whip at his side. He gets right up to you, but he cannot attack you.
Loser.
Hello. That's all the Gnolls. Cephas, finally.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
All right, well, the spear that I just caught, I'm going to chuck it right back at the guy who...
Because how far away he is.
Disadvantage.
You will have disadvantage.
You can walk forward and then chuck
But
it out.
are you...
I'm
assuming you're
because I got to
proficient
get
with
20
spears.
feet. Right?
As a
Could
paladin,
make
he's
it.
proficient
5,
in spears.
30. You'll be right on the edge. You still won't be within 20 feet.
Oh, okay.
You'll be 25 feet away. Do you want to throw it? You could get... Well, Titus is between you and that guy.
He's
yeah.
real big there, so...
It's a strength-based attack and your proficiency, so strength mod and proficiency.
You got it?
Okay, so then that is... 9.
You also throw it, kind of going for a more direct, straight throw at this creature, and you watch it kind of like scramble off to the side, and as it does, you see the thing just kind of clatter to the ground behind it, the spear.
You guys are just gonna be sitting there back and forth.
He's gonna go
checking
grab it.
The same
and then he's gonna
spear
throw it.
back
You're
and
gonna catch
forth.
it and throw it. What if you guys both
I'm
start
actually
catching
going
it?
to
We start cheering.
I'm
them
gonna
on.
cast.
It's
Battle
like
Forgotten.
volleyball. No, it's like badminton.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Clonus and say, "Trust me," and then I'm gonna cast Warding Bond on him and get behind him and crouch and kind of.
Whoa, okay.
That's next level thinking.
Good luck with that. Clonus is like 4 feet tall.
I'm crouched. I'm gonna like hold him.
You
It's like
Clonus holding your shield. You kind of dangle there for a second as you get picked up into the air, and you're being held in front of him as he's crouching behind you.
In the
But you do
darkness,
feel
if you squint.
this divinity kind of link you. There is a tether between you and Cephas. The forces of your will and
plus
constitution
your AC.
are now
And damage.
linked. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Pollock. He rushes up to you. You stand now. You guys are comparable as far as height, but this thing is kind of crouching in front of you, so it's about like 6 inches shorter than you, only because of that.
Pull out my longsword and I strike at him. Yikes. 9.
Okay, he just dodges. This thing is crazed and ready for battle. It dodges backwards as you swipe in front of it.
And Draconic. Get him.
Okay, Vith lunges towards
Oh,
it.
that's why I rolled Vith's dice for myself, my attack.
Yep,
that's why I rolled bad.
It's not just you.
No, it's not just me. Vith does a 14. Does that hit?
Just misses.
Are you?
Jumps forward, and the Gnoll just kind of bats Vith to the side out of its way.
Yeah.
All right.
I did forget about that.
Ending your turn?
A dummy. Yeah.
Gnoll pack leader howls, a different howl this time, not cackling and inspiring, this cacophony. It doesn't even sound Gnoll-like. It is almost wolf-like. And when it does, you hear a response howl from deep within the tent, his tent, this loud, guttural, wolven howl as this huge dire wolf comes crashing out of the front of the tent and then skidding along the ground and just it's gonna try and it's gonna leap over. Ooh. It leaps over, like partially over this tent and the trench with these large spikes as it lands on the other side. It howls again and kind of grinds into the dirt with its claws as it stands in front of Clonus and Cephas. All right. That is its movement. It doesn't have any range, but it just sits there menacingly growling towards you. Ending its turn, Venora.
Get right to the edge. I can't.
To the edge of that rubble in front of you? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Kind of peering around, you see there's spikes right there, and you can kind of see just past the edge of that tent, and you do see. You can barely see the Gnoll Pack Lord, but none to the right of it from my perspective here. But the ones to the left of you can clearly see. The Gnoll Pack Lord is going to have half cover. The other ones don't.
I want.
They're just far away enough that you can kind of see them over the spikes.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to cast a spell on the one closest to the Pack Lord.
Okay.
And.
What is he? Any save?
Yes, he needs a wisdom save.
Ooh, middling at best. 10.
Yes, he fails. Okay, so my eyes go black with stars, and you see a little crown of thorns start to circle above the Gnoll, and the charm target must use its action before moving on each of its turns.
Yeah.
So that happens for him, and then
So just remind me when it's the Gnoll turn to have him do that.
got it.
Because I'm assuming, does he roll something to see what he does?
No, I tell him.
Oh. I thought this. Oh, I'm thinking confusion.
Fusion, fourth level.
Yeah.
And then I'll just yell out to Titus, Titus, watch for the dire wolf. And then I bardically inspire you.
No, you did.
Okay. So you see a little mote of starlight just glance to your chest and kind of like fill your chest. All right. Ending your turn?
Yes.
Close. You are being held like a child in front of.
Well, Cephas, I think I know what you're trying to do. Let's do this. And
Autobots, roll loud.
You guys transform into a truck.
I wanted to cast Shield of Faith.
Okay, that is a bonus action, right?
It's a bonus action?
You give somebody +2 to their AC.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna give
30
+2
feet,
to
I
AC.
believe.
To you? Perfect.
Okay.
So you have a +3 to your AC right now.
Yeah.
You are a shield.
And then I am going to stand, or be basically held, and I'm gonna grab my
Gun.
javelin. Away. my Gatlin javelin, and
Oh my gosh.
bash,
Javelins.
bash against my shield and like, hey, doggy, over here. And I'm gonna throw a javelin at him.
Okay, roll for it.
Put him down.
We're doing this wrong. Maybe I need a baby Bjorn. You know?
Dude, instead of the backpack,
Yeah,
a
just
baby
front
Bjorn.
pack.
Come on, throw it back, baby. It looks so ridiculous, dude. As long as it's not one where his legs are dangling, it's gotta be one where he's like swaddled up, you know, against you.
Yeah.
And then so you don't see his face, and all of a sudden this bearded face with a javelin out of Cephas's bosom.
A 15 on the attack for the javelin.
This is the direwolf, right?
For the direwolf.
Hits. Yes. You quickly throw the javelin straight at the direwolf. Very cool.
I'm definitely within range. Oh, maxed that baby out.
Yes.
8.
8 damage. Okay. It sinks into the haunch of this direwolf, and it's stuck there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
Yep.
We've cut up the.
And I'm like, Cephas, we need to charge. And
Okay.
that'll end my turn.
All right. Ending Clonus's turn. Lumen, what are you doing? You've been seen. It's 30 feet and a little bit of change. So
We don't deal with change.
we don't deal with change.
We deal with sense.
Well, the wind's blowing that way, so it's helpish, right?
Huh?
The wind's blowing.
The wind is blowing that way. Yeah, so
that's-
you're like,
that's
you're
right.
not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. And you feel the wind you were looking for earlier. Yes.
Oh, is that
Okay, so you're just at the top of it and behind it barely, but you've got cover.
Toll the Dead.
Toll the dead. So it makes a save, right?
Huh?
It makes a save.
I believe so. Yeah,
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
16.
I don't think
Level
so.
3,
13.
right? All right.
My spell save's
Tracks
27.
with you, and there's this bell that it hears, and it's just fanatically hungry for blood. It does not care. Is that your turn?
I believe so.
All right. Enemy 1. Back to the Gnoll Pack Lord.
The Lord of the Pack.
Back to the Gnoll Pack Lord. Will, again, draw this huge bow made of long, like, bones as it shoots an arrow. It'll go again for Titus. Now that you've drawn your attention to yourself, this huge turtle.
Does he have to do something?
Huh?
The main guy, doesn't he have thorns?
No, I didn't.
No, that's the
attack
other
him.
one. He takes 2 shots with his arrows right at you.
Hold on. 2.
He took 2 earlier. 1 misses entirely. 1 does hit, though. Okay, 8 damage. As 1 kind of like bounces off the top of your shell and then nicks just inside your shell a little bit and does cut.
The Knicks.
He again howls. Titus, it's your turn.
I'm gonna swing my mortar star at him again.
Okay, finish him off. That's
24.
one. Okay, hits.
Very cool.
17.
You doubled his health, remaining health pool. You just obliterate him. His head.
So can he roll to see if his skull that he knocked off his shoulders hits one of these other gnolls?
No, it 100% impales on those spikes right next to
And
him.
this is the head sitting up, right?
Yeah, and the body just crashes into it.
And of course,
Can I see how far down the trench goes from the spikes?
What is your passive perception?
13.
13? I'd say you know it goes beyond 10 feet.
Sick.
But you can't see the bottom of it from where you're standing.
They already dug their own graves.
You want to move? You do have a dire wolf right beside you.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the direwolf.
Casually stroll.
Hello. Doggy.
Commanding as much space. So a dire wolf is this 10-foot long, like 5 feet wide, thick dire wolf. These huge, massive wolves. And you stand commanding as much space as it does. You're basically like 6 feet wide now with as tall as you are and as massive and such a space that you command. As you walk up to it, it kind of looks at you. Normally, it is way bigger than the average person, and it's the ratio of what a wolf would be to a normal-sized person is now disproportionately in its favor. But you have evened out that ratio, and now he's again looking up at you like a normal wolf.
Can I scream at it and bang on my shield?
Sure.
Go. But it'll be kind of like a scream, but like with a lisp.
I don't know how that would.
I don't either, but it's distinctly there.
Okay, there's distinctly a lisp in there somewhere. All right, Ghibli.
All right, sounds good. So right now I'm behind the tent, and the tent,
next is Ed.
and the tent is about
The tent is 15 feet tall, and you are standing on a 10-foot platform, so you're like right at the top of it, but you're crouched.
All right, sounds good.
But even if you stand up, you're only like 5 feet tall, I think, anyway, right?
Yeah, just 5 feet tall.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to attempt to climb on the tent.
Okay. It is like a canvas tent. I mean, I guess it's a tent, so you know that. All right. I'm not going to make you roll unless you're trying to do it stealthily.
I'm just getting up now, just kind of like to get my balance on.
Okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check. This is for purely balance purposes.
All right then. 13.
13. As you climb up there, it's rickety and made of like tent poles, but they're probably large sticks, and you feel it kind of like bow and flex with your movements as you're trying to keep balanced. There's definitely parts of it you don't want to step on because it'll and you'll just go down into it.
Yeah.
So you're trying to balance along the poles. You're doing as best you can. You're staying standing.
You're also singing to yourself, dun 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 dun.
And I'm gonna move
We don't need
forward.
it.
I'm gonna move forward cautiously, kind of hugging the edge of the tent, trying to use the poles as my support.
Okay.
Trying to get into the battlefield.
Let me see how well those poles hold you up with that 13. How much do you weigh?
Good question.
Okay, we'll say 175. Is that fair? That's pretty light for a dwarf.
Yeah.
But you're a live little guy. Okay. They hold as you carefully. They bend beneath you, and you hear creaking and a slight crack as you get to the edge. I'm assuming you're going to that front edge.
Yes.
Just as you reach that perch moment, there's a little crack. What are you doing?
I am going to pretty much make a leap forward to try and not
attack that gnoll.
Yes, I want to make a leaping attack on the gnoll.
An aerial attack.
Okay. So just as there's that gnoll kind of like turns in that direction, doesn't look at you, but like hears that little crack and turns in that direction. As you jump up in the air, it looks where you were, but you are no longer there. You're now above it in the air. Go ahead and make an attack roll. I'll give you advantage.
Get it.
Perfect.
A diving elbow is a
Lexi,
D12 damage.
Will you put him aside? So just you can move him exact like 3 squares straight forward.
That's a 21.
Hits.
Perfect. And I will make a roll.
That's correct.
7 piercing.
Not bad.
Okay. Landing, you scrape down the back of this gnoll with your rapier, just cutting down its back. It rears back and turns around looking at you, thinking that you were like the source of that noise, which you were, but you were already long gone behind it. Is that your turn?
And then, yeah, that'll be my turn. Now getting its full attention.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely turns right around looking at you. It is angry. Edovard, and then next up will be all the gnolls.
Wooga, a wooga.
A wooga, a booga?
I step here.
What?
What? One big step.
Yeah.
And I have Soap fly by this gnoll.
Okay, giving you advantage.
Kind of retaining his position, give me advantage as I throw my axe at it.
Okay.
Ooh.
15.
For the gnoll?
Yeah.
Just hits.
Oh.
That 14 earlier was so close, man.
Makes me cry.
I don't need that. Get that out of here.
So, kind of pecking at the back of the gnoll for a moment, you sink your hand axe deep into its back.
9 damage.
Pretty good.
And then I step forward to flank with your big lizard. And
9,
attack.
right?
Yes. And then attack with my longsword at advantage.
Okay.
Oh! An 18.
Hits.
Yeah. Ooh, 10 damage.
Pretty good. It is looking bad. Hulk, it kind of like, immediately you watch and hear that squelching noise is hitting the back, and it kind of stumbles forward, and then immediately, 2 steps, a slash as it stumbles forward again. This horrible
reaction from Vith. It's gonna add some damage to that last hit.
Ooh, how you doing?
How does it do that?
She spits on the sword.
Sends out some ice to go up his sword as he comes
she's
in
not
for that
lightning anymore?
melee. No.
Okay.
Seems like ice is deep.
4 cold damage.
Okay, so these shards of ice crackle along the side of the blade. So there's this squelching noise as it falls forward slightly, and then as you go to swing with your sword, daggers of ice along the sides, making the blade serrated, and you scrape down its back, opening this large wound as the gnoll screams and yelps and then falls to the ground, dead.
Very nice.
3 health.
Wow.
Very nice.
So
Thank you.
Vith pushed just enough damage into that sword to finish it off. You can take that off the map.
Thank you, Vith.
Thanks, Biff.
He doesn't speak
Should I
common.
just point to you, Holik, and
Let's get out of here.
Okay, points to Holik, jerks his thumb backward. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right, now all the gnolls. Starting, we'll go ahead and start with that one that you have spelled. Okay, so it just howls. It's like gripping its head, and you see this like crown of spikes digging into the top of its skull as it like flails around, and then you see these bright eyes filled with stars as it turns. Who is it attacking? Pack Lord.
Yeah.
It turns to the Pack Lord. It pulls out. Actually, it has no. It threw its spear, so now it's just gonna bite him.
Nice.
So it lunges towards its boss. Oh, I'm sorry. It rolled a 9.
Yeah.
It lunges towards the boss. The boss, like, kind of leaps back and just backhands him across the face and just yells at him in something in Gnollish and, like, howls towards this thing, and it kind of, like, cowers a little bit. But he sees, and he, like, starts scanning the distance to look for whatever's doing this to his
buddy.
his crony.
His buddy old pal.
His goon. It will, now terrified, not knowing why it did that, it starts stepping back.
Yeah.
As it starts to step back, it's Pack Lord. And he'll slash towards it with his reaction.
Oh, hey, I mean, we'll take it.
Either way, I'll
Yeah.
It's always good.
He definitely hits. So he just claws towards him, dealing 3 damage. But he has the Sentinel feat. Locking him, you watch as he scratches across his chest and grabs hold of it and pulls him straight to his face and just like yelps in his face, keeping him right there.
He gets to make a wisdom saving throw.
He do.
Nice distribution of damage.
Yeah.
6.
Yes.
So it just, it's yelping and screaming as its mind is so racked between 2 decisions.
I'll never do it again.
Unless the nice lady tells me to.
Do it again.
Okay, the one that is looking at you, Ghibli, will go for a spear attack against you. A natural 20.
Yikes.
My first one of the night.
And your last.
Ever.
Could you imagine?
No exploding dice. So 8 damage as she whips around, spinning this spear in her hand, and then jams it straight for you. You dodge just at the last second, but take a large cut against your thigh. That one's turn. The 2 on the right side of the knoll, Pack Lord will pull out their slings, load them with just these jagged rocks, and launch them off. They're both going to launch. One's going to launch one at Titus. One's going to launch one at Clonus. Actually, the one for Clonus is too far away, so they have to make 2 disadvantaged ones against Titus. Titus, a sharp rock is coming at you for a 6, misses, and a crit fail.
Awesome.
So 2 rocks clatter off of you.
Your head just.
This one, Byron, closest to you, not the magical effect one. Yeah, that one's going to run over by this tent right here, and he's going to make a sling attack with disadvantage against you, Clonus.
Bring it on.
Misses. 13. Boom, just pings right off your chest. All right, then this one will run. Actually, he is going to grab that spear, run 30 feet forward. He will throw the spear with disadvantage. He doesn't care, and he's throwing it at Clonus.
That's so cool.
Crit fail.
Yes.
Again, would you like to try and catch it?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I will say, because you're being held awkwardly, I will make you roll for it.
Okay.
But go ahead and make.
Can this go wrong?
You'll just miss, unless you crit fail.
Wait, catching a spear?
Go ahead and make an athletics
No,
check.
gonna go wrong.
Athletics? It could never go wrong. How about 22?
As it's coming straight for you, you just catch it out of the air. And this Noel's like, how do they all do this?
Right. There are a bunch of
like my
monks.
reaction.
It's a monk ability.
I know. I'm just saying.
If you would like nat 20, maybe I'd allow it, but
Well,
Okay.
You bring it back, but then it hits me.
and yeah, go to turn it around and just scrape it along Cephas's face. All right, is that all the Gnolls? I believe it is.
You can't scar it much more than it already is. So.
All right, ending the Gnolls' turn. It is now Cephas and then Holik on deck.
Seabus.
Seabus.
All right. Charging forward.
Yeah.
With Clonus in tow? Or
Carrying him.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
I just have a spear now in my hand and a shield pointing forward.
You're like, what?
Okay, yeah. No impact to your speed.
Make sure my modifier is
No impact to your speed. Are you going to try and make an attack with him?
Well, no, I'm going to run to the direwolf. I'm going to put him down when we get there, and then I'm going to hit the direwolf.
Go for it.
That's so sweet.
I would allow you to make a weird attack if you want to use Clonus. Well, he's holding a spear straight out, so you can like run me in.
Can I joust him in?
It won't be. You're not proficient in Clonus.
You're not proficient.
I would
A D20 plus your strength check.
We're charging.
Try it?
Yeah.
D20 plus strength check.
Plus 1 bludgeoning damage for your gut.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The strength. Or
Plus,
the-
it's just plus your strength modifier.
Okay, so that's 15.
It does hit.
Yeah,
So it's going to be a D6 for the spear, and I'll allow you to add a D4 bludgeoning.
Nice, dude.
And then your strength modifier.
Okay.
That's not bad.
3, so that's
That's 9 plus your strength.
So 12.
12.
So running straight for you, crash a shielded dwarf straight into the front of a giant wolf, and it impales the wolf with the spear. I need Clonus. Do you want to try and hold on to the spear to pull it out, or do you want to leave it in the wolf?
Ooh. I'm gonna leave it.
Okay, so you don't have to make a strength check. You just allow it to just sink into the wolf. You let go as he pulls you back.
Hello, sucker.
I'm going to peer around Clonus. You can't get me.
All right. Make a charisma check. Actually, yeah, just a charisma check.
How scared I would be as Clonus just hearing that in my right ear.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Get me.
What do you mean you can't get me?
Oh, that's not bad.
What I roll 8? 12.
12. Okay.
Being
wolf-
the flag the matador has.
It is very, very angry. All right. Ending your turn.
Yes.
Holik, and then the direwolf.
So I'm gonna dash. Can I make it to like the corner of that tent?
Oh, you're dashing?
Yeah. I want to be still halfway behind it.
Is Vith running with you?
Yeah, I tell him to come with me. He has 40 feet. So how far back would he be from me if he didn't dash?
Vith is not dashing.
If he didn't
15
dash.
feet back.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just dash beside me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
The direwolf and then Venora. The direwolf, just this loud howl into the air as it lunges forward. So it does strafe around. It's going to try and go for Cephas.
Will that give us an attack of opportunity at all?
It hasn't moved out of
He
anybody's
didn't
range.
get out of range
Okay.
of anybody. But he is completely surrounded.
Because of how
so
big he
he
is.
has been in Titus's range the whole time?
Since Titus just ran up to him, yes.
Okay.
Because of how big both of them
Right,
are,
yeah, I
they're
can see
basically
him,
right
yeah.
up against each other. All right, he's going to... Direwolf will... bite you. That's all it can do.
Jump up.
Bite me.
Bump up.
Hits. I'm assuming with 22.
I don't want to. You're attacking me, right?
Yeah. 10 piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
I'm going to shrug it.
Okay, make that as your reaction.
Yeah.
So D20.
Is it?
That was a d12. There you go. It's a d12 plus your con mod, I believe, right?
So I will shrug. How much is it? Yeah.
You rolled a 7.
Yeah, 9.
Okay, so you just take 1 damage as it bites into you, into your arm. You focus and growl as you kind of resist the majority of this, hardening your skin like stone. What was the saving there?
Yeah.
What was it?
13.
Exactly what you needed. It is grabbing your arm and trying to force you to the ground, and you just resist against it and push it back until finally shoving your arm back into its jaw, kind of making its jaw stretch outward. It pains it and it rears back, letting go.
Like when a dog tries to bite you.
Exactly. Or what I always do, if my dog ever bites me and actually bites me, I push my hand back there and she kind of backs off.
Take out a hammer.
I shove my arm down her throat.
I choke until she's unconscious.
Yeah. Levi, cut that.
No, don't. I want people to know. All right, this is Direwolf's turn. Polik. No. Minora, and then Clonus. Be ready.
Benora.
So I am going to step back.
Right. Okay. So Clonus, and then Lumen.
Okay, so that's my turn. I am going to pull out my long sword and strike the dire wolf. Try to chop around where it's like neck nap.
Go for it.
Wherever that is.
Roll it.
21 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Definitely hits.
7.
Pretty good. Hacking at the back of its neck. You cut into it, it yelps in pain and pulls back, now focusing its attention on you.
I said, come at me.
It licks its chops, very much agreeing. Ending your turn?
Yeah.
Lumen, and then the Pack Lord. Lumen, and then the Pack Lord.
Sorry, I saw what. Yeah, I'll try to get the Gnolls' attention. So they
You're just gonna like wave your arms around, or what? Are you gonna shoot it?
I was gonna do Toll the Dead and just scream at it.
Okay. Make a charisma check. And it's Toll the Dead. Rolls 7, so it takes damage on that Toll the Dead.
Nice.
And it takes the higher die roll, which is 12, right? D12? 1. Just kidding. 2. Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a 2.
I thought it was a 9.
It was close.
Okay. It holds its head and kind of racks its brain for a second. It looks over towards you now, knowing that you were the one that tried this before. It looks at you away from Ghibli, kind of looking back and forth.
I got your attention now.
Okay.
Nice.
She looks up at you
Yes, you did.
in common. The first one to speak common.
Kill it first.
All right.
Kill it with fire.
Kill it first.
The Null Pack Lord. Null Pack Lord.
Oh, Pack Lord.
You watch as the Null Pack Lord howls into the air. Again, now this cackling howl, inspiring all of them to join again as he kind of waves his hand around. And then you watch him hold up both of his arms and kind of like crash them down towards the ground in your guys' direction, or in the loud group's direction. All of the gnolls immediately lunge forward. This one has to make a leap. We'll see if it can.
Oh, that's awesome.
A leap of faith.
Or a leap of judgment. Wait, what's its modifier? Okay, it can do that. Barely. It's there. The one near Ghibli does not need to move. So those two immediately get to take opportunity attacks against you, Clonus. With their bite attacks. They are called rampage attacks.
Oh, okay.
The Null Pack Lord used an ability called Incite Rampage.
Sorry, thank you.
18?
Misses.
Dang. Good chonky boy.
Come at me.
19.
Definitely misses.
Wow. What are you sitting at? 22?
I plead the fifth.
21.
22.
You
I'm
did,
guessing it's 22. You're
yeah.
gonna give it +3. That's incredible. You watch as both of them just chomp down towards you. You just bat them away with your shield.
Dude, it's the best shield you've ever used. It's better
And
than
then
magic.
Ghibli,
I'm
this
living
one,
shield.
it's
Sure,
just,
sentient weapon.
you watch its eyes fill red. It is completely under the control of the Pack Lord as it turns to you and lunges down for a bite attack against you.
Got it.
Come on, crit fail.
And that was just a mistake. I riposte.
Yes! Go for it.
Yes!
Yes! As it just lunges towards you, it puts everything into it, like lunging forward, like its back all arched, and it kind of easily exposes itself.
Put everything in.
22.
What did it get?
Hits.
And so
Oh, that's superiority die.
All right. So that is going to be. That's 12 piercing.
12? Okay.
Nice.
You quickly down towards its ankle, crippling it slightly, and it's like its eyes can revert back to filled with rage, but no longer like clouded with whatever sort of power that Packlord has over it. It looks up at you right in your eyes.
And
it's
as
hurting
it,
badly.
And as it does, I just shake my head and just shake my fingers like.
Okay, that was your reaction, right?
Yes.
To shake the finger.
No, I mean, I was talking about your riposte.
Yes.
All right, that was the Gnoll Packlord's action. He will now. He takes 3 or so steps back, and he stands in front of the fire. Ending the Gnoll Packlord's turn. Cephas. No, I'm sorry. Titus and then Ghibli.
Okay, I will flank the direwolf and attack it.
I believe you are.
I believe. Yeah, you just have to step like this.
That's fine.
Go for it.
17.
Hits.
15 damage.
So a cataclysmic overhand swing. You hear this loud cracking noise as your Morningstar, this giant Morningstar, crashes into the back of this giant wolf, and you watch it crumple.
Dead?
Oh, so very.
Dude, very cool to kill animals like that.
Yikes.
I look at Titus real quick and I'm like, I wanted to kill the doggy.
I wanted to kill the dog.
Being held up.
Like that baby from the video?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The baptism.
Baptize me quickly.
Can I just run, like, through the tent?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try.
Is a trick.
Roll an athletics check.
Is it athletics? Or
I mean, these tents to a certain degree are still staked down, so we'll see if you can just yank them out.
You fall through
with your body.
It's not a 15-foot pit. It's a 20-foot tower.
Do you have advantage on athletics checks?
I have advantage on strength checks.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Because it's a strength ability check. Go for it.
Okay. 18.
Okay. You just crash through it, throwing the tent to the side. There's just like linen and bedding and sticks and rocks that were sitting in there for whatever reason, and like a plank of wood that all just clatters over to the side as you now stand where it was. Nothing seems to happen. Actually, you do have to run through these spikes to do that, though.
Okay.
You want to try that?
Yeah,
so in order to do that, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Or else you'll suffer some damage running through.
Critical.
Okay, so you're like crashing through them, trying to get around them. Some of them splinter and stick into you slightly.
Hey, it's still cool.
You only take 2 piercing damage.
Kaiju.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Mainly because of your size, you're like crashing through them, and then you stand in the center of where this tent was, now just in rubble. Anything else?
That is it.
Ghibli and then Edovard.
All right then. As the Warpack leader steps back, I then see the Warpack leader as it passes behind the tent, like getting my attention. I then quickly just make a quick strike at the gnoll right next to me.
Okay, so much disrespect. You're basically looking at the Gnoll Pack Lord, and you're just like, I'm done with you. And finish this one off. Go for it.
And that's 18.
Definitely hits. It has 1 hit point.
And as I look away, I just quickly strike right where his eyes where his eyes were at, and just cut perfectly horizontally at the gnoll's eyes.
Without even looking, you look at the Gnoll Pack Lord. As you do, it looks right at you, and you just kill its mate. As you do, the Pack Lord just screams right in your direction. You see as it does, its eyes flare red. It immediately gets an opportunity. It runs straight for you.
And as it does, I just crack my neck.
Crack your neck. It gets on all fours, running for you like a dog, and it lunges straight for you. Oh. That's another natural 20.
Hey dude, you rocked that last one. Only 8 damage. This one's probably gonna be the last.
19 damage. Okay. As it crashes into you and bites down onto your shoulder, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Gotcha. That is... I'm going to add 2 points of inspiration to that.
Okay.
And that's going to make it a 20.
Whoa.
Hey,
Okay.
nice.
So just standing there, resolute, pushing against it now, pushing your shoulder into its mouth as it's clearly trying to smash you down into the ground and make you prone. You just stand resolute and push against it. Totally fine. He pulls his jaws out of your shoulder. Standing in front of you, blood dripping out of its mouth. He is ready to kill.
Just under my breath, I just whisper to myself, "Let's dance." I take a second wind to heal up.
Okay.
And that is a.
You can take the blue dot that he just so disrespectfully executed.
I heal 10 from that.
Quite respectful.
And I'm going to action search.
No, he went.
Yeah.
Action surge, all right.
And then
Is it you get that back on a short rest, right?
Yes.
Okay, just wanna make sure.
Everything's bad.
and then I go and attack the Warpack leader.
Okay.
I'm going to use 3 of my inspiration points and make that a 16.
It just hits. So, as it rears back from your shoulder with reinvigorated inspiration, you lunge forward
and I'm going to make that
straight towards him.
and I'm going to make that a distracting strike, where I kick its knee in and I'll slash it straight right at his face.
He is well focused on you already. He does not need it.
18.
Okay. The first damage the Pack Lord has sustained. Okay. You kick at his knee and slash down towards him. He just looks at you, does not even pay mind to it. He is out for blood.
Gotcha. And if I were to drink a potion that requires that's not a bonus action, that's an action, right?
It's an action. The way we changed potions to make them more worth it is they're just max damage that the dice could roll. So if it's 2d4 plus 2, it's just 10 flat damage, but it's still an action.
Got it. Sounds good. That will end my turn.
Okay, Edovard, and then all the Gnolls.
I dash right here. And then I will say I run in between you and whatever your big lizard's name is. But if you track, it almost looks like I'm just walking, but I'm still moving very fast. And then I'll action surge and take 2 axe throws at the
Pack Lord?
Yeah.
Your first one gains advantage.
All right. The second one I'll have Soap fly by and
advantage on
scratch his
both.
eyes.
You watch.
Good.
The way that distracting thing works, it is already transfixed by Ghibli in rage.
Yeah.
But still, kind of like with that hit, it's like looking right at Ghibli, and your bird kind of scratches at his back, doesn't even pay mind.
First one's 23.
Nice.
Okay, it does notice that, and looks over you.
6 damage.
Okay.
And then the second one, just throwing my shoulder out. Okay, it's going to be the same or better. It's the same.
Okay. This one now landing in its gut.
4 damage.
All right.
And as that one flies, ice.
Your reaction?
Yep.
Okay, so ice again serrates the blade, adding
2 cold damage.
still makes a difference. All right,
That ends my turn.
Edovard. Now it is all the Gnolls, and then Cephas. This one steps forward, so he makes a whip attack against that one. So again, his eyes. Make a whip attack. He might hit. Oh, it's pretty bad.
If anything, you're milking his action, which is really...
No, he's not.
Anything's better.
Sorry. But he still does nothing now. He just goes for that, and the other one, backs away. Just, yips something quickly at him, not happy about it. Let's see if that one gets mad.
It's a
and
good type
attacks
of
him.
monster to use this type of spell on.
Exactly.
That one is not happy. That one actually steps forward and is, posting up. What's going on? And then he goes for a slash against it, trying to knock some sense into him. Actually, wait, let's see if that one needs to roll at the end of its turn a wisdom save.
Yep.
A 3. So it's still under your control. The one steps forward. An 18 to hit.
Dude, yes.
Max damage.
You killed a Gnoll.
This is the first damage it's taken.
Yeah.
No, it also took 3 from
Took a slap from the-
Oh, you're right. From the
From
no pack
Bouncing
one. Yeah,
Man.
it's still kicking, but it just
This poor guy.
grabs its head, crying, looking at the ground.
No sympathy.
That one, it will run just past the Gnoll Pack Lord and go up to Ghibli. It gets advantage because it's next to the Gnoll Pack Lord. That's cocked. Wow. A crit fail.
Yep.
It was a 19, but cocked, so I didn't feel good about keeping it, so I decided to re-roll it. Lucky you, because it rolled a 2.
Lucky you.
Yeah. So that one just runs up and just goes to bite you where it saw its master bite, and you just basically do the Bernie and dodge right out of the way as it totally misses. Those two against Cephas and Clonus. One's gonna go for a spear attack against you, Cephas, and the other one's gonna, Clonus, and the other one's gonna bite Cephas. So spear, 23.
That hits.
Bite, 19. Cephas.
Hits.
Okay. So the spear, both are the same damage. The spear is 5, and the bite is 4.
I half the damage.
Okay, so we'll go to 2 then.
2. Okay.
And then 3. Did I say 3 or did I say? Oh, sorry, 4. Cephas.
Take 6.
You take 6?
Because he takes the.
So does he take any?
I take whatever damage he takes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then my damage.
It's resistance, and then you take.
So basically,
Or is the resistance because you're taking?
You're not reducing any damage. You're
I'm not
just
reducing.
splitting
I'm
it.
splitting it.
So the 3 he didn't take, you took. Is what you mean then?
And then do I need to roll for concentration?
Yeah, but the DC's 10.
DC
It's a Constitution saving throw. DC's 10.
You got it?
It's 19.
I believe you do as well because you took damage in your concentration. No, that's
he's not
concentration.
It's
Not my
changed
bad.
immunity, right?
Yeah. Okay. Those two have gone. Those two fought each other. That one ran over to Ghibli. That's all the regular Gnolls. Cephas and then Hulk.
All right. Well, I'm going to put baby down, and I'm going to.
I think he's already down, right?
No, I'm not. I was still
He picked you back up again? Because he set you down. He did set you down in front of the dire. Oh no, he did.
picked him up and
Because you
I
attacked
took
him.
him with
That's
him.
right.
Ran
That's
with
right.
That one.
What were you doing? Slashing that one.
What?
Okay, you're slashing the one in front of you.
Yes.
Okay, you totally whiff it as it backs up. All right, ending your turn. Or you want to move, or a bonus action?
I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay, that is concentration. So
That is, yeah.
ending Cephas's turn. Hulk, and then the direwolf is dead. So Hulk and then Venora. Hulk.
Okay. Has this other one by Ghibli taken any damage?
No.
No?
The other ones right now that are out there that are taking damage are the one that Venora's controlling. The direwolf is dead. The Pack Lord, the one that you were fighting is dead. The girl is dead. Yeah. So no, the only one that's taking damage is Venora's and the Pack Lord.
Okay. You see, well, those of you that can, that I'm not hiding around the corner.
So nobody.
So your lizard.
Yeah, just my lizard. Watches as angelic wings come out that have a tinge of blue, and this like Catholic saint halo around the head of me.
You're Catholic.
And I'm gonna run to flank the knoll there.
Okay, so rushing to flank the knoll that's just missed Ghibli.
16.
16 hits.
13 damage, and 2 of that's radiant.
All right.
And,
Slash into its back.
and
It whips around now, noticing that you're there.
Vith takes the dodge action because I can't do anything. I have to use my bonus action to command,
Oh,
and I used it
so
to
this
sprout
stays?
rings. Yeah.
All right, ending Holik's turn, Venora, and then Clonus. Be ready. You can see this short dwarf looking up to this huge knoll that stands like 7'2", and this other one that stands almost 6 feet tall, looming over him.
I'll just yell to Ghibli. Ghibli, he has a hole on the left side of his armor. Aim there, and you get.
Okay, so that means you get a d6 to roll.
Okay.
All right, is that your turn?
Yep.
You have an
Because I
action
have
still.
to hold. No, I have to
Oh,
hold
you're holding it
concentration.
still. Got it. Clonus and then Lumen.
Clonus is gonna swing at the knoll right in front of him.
Okay. Yeah. Are you? So you are on the ground, or you are?
I
suspended?
am on the ground.
Okay.
I am by myself on the ground, and I'm pretty sure I miss here at 12 or 12.
Does miss.
Okay.
Any bonus actions or movement?
No.
We're doing work over here.
You guys are cleaning.
I mean, yeah, you've dealt with
We're doing the Lord's
2
work.
already, a dire wolf, the 3 of you, and then
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
All right, ending Clonus' turn. Lumen, and then the Pack Lord.
I'll cast Sanctuary. On
Can you cast
Ghibli.
that on others? Isn't that a
Yes,
spell
you
spell?
can.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Ghibli. Sanctuary.
What does that look like? That sanctuary? Just a bubble of divine energy around him, or what?
He's just encapsulated in an electric lamp.
Maybe something like a cocoon of light. Maybe.
Okay. This beautiful cocoon of flickering and shimmering light around Ghibli. Okay, cool.
Epilepsy warning.
And then I'll toll the dead to.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice use of that. On which one?
They're both taking damage.
They both have sustained damage, so you just have to decide which one you want to do. The Pack Lord or the other one?
Are they both looking at Ghibli?
Yes.
Dang it.
I mean, one of them is kind of like looking between Hulk and Ghibli, but the Pack Lord is transfixed on Ghibli.
Yeah, I'll do the Pack Lord.
Okay, so it's a wisdom save?
Yeah.
4. Wait, it won't matter. It doesn't have a +9. Okay, so it's a d12 of damage.
This guy.
D12.
Not bad, alright. 8 necrotic damage. It does like look up towards you now. You see this, its face kind of sinks in and grows a little sallow, like its arms kind of wither a little bit, and you're like literally sapping the life out of it.
It's a cool contrast between the divine and the girl,
Yeah.
like, right beside each other.
Anything else?
I'll just scream at him and be like, Dogging! Sit!
Dog King, is that what you call him?
Yeah.
Nice. Ending Lumen's turn.
Dog King.
The Pack Lord. He just screams towards Ghibli, using a bonus action, second wind.
He's a fighter. Not for long.
Not great.
Soon he's gonna be a deader.
He didn't get a lot.
At least he did.
Okay. He will then reaches to his back, pulls forward a glaive.
What? Well, he's min-maxing. He does have sentinel, so you need to have a pull on him.
Yeah, that is true.
Makes sense. These
And
gnolls are smart,
he will
man.
slash for you, Ghibli.
Does he have to make a wisdom
He
save for
does.
Sanctuary?
He does.
Poop. Honestly.
That is a possible success. Let me check his wisdom save. That is a 14.
I think that's just.
You have a 13, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so he does succeed, so he gets to make his attack against you.
Nuggets.
He what?
Nuggets of butt.
I believe that's a hit with a 20.
Yeah, that
Yikes. It was so close though. Good job.
But
10 slashing damage as he slashes across your chest. And then he will make a bite. Actually, he can just multi-attack with the glaive. He'll take another, but he has to make another wisdom save, or is it until he hits? Okay. 15. Another slash with the glaive.
Ooh, is this guy some kind of wise guy?
What is that? That is another 20.
okay.
Yikes.
Oh,
Natural?
so you think you're a wise guy?
It's actually
huh?
21, sorry.
Oh,
16 plus 5.
Nice catch.
11.
On that dot, I'm down.
So the first one, he slashes, you back up just in time, it slashes across your chest, kind of cutting your shirt slightly, drawing a little bit of blood, as you kind of stand resolute again, now presenting yourself ready, on guard. He spins the glaive around, slashes straight down, batting your rapier aside, and cutting along your shoulder, and you crumble to the ground.
I just stand there just for a quick second. I just barely am able to keep my stand for a quick second, and then I just slump to the right, to my right side.
Go ahead and knock Ghibli down for me. All right, ending the Pack Lord's turn and possibly Ghibli's life. Titus, and then Ghibli.
I don't see Ghibli go down, do I?
There's a tent in between.
There's a tent, a large tent in between you guys. Sorry.
Okay, then I run 30 feet to the middle ones. I should be able to get diagonal towards the tent between.
You want to be within range of those two?
Like that with that one.
Okay.
And then I will attack that one.
Go for it.
I miss. I think a 12.
You miss, barely, almost hitting the other one as your morning star just glazes over its head. The other one, it's having a real bad day. The one that's being controlled by Venora. Do you have a bonus action?
No.
Okay, ending Titus's turn. Ghibli, keeping it secret, please roll a death save. Remember, you have a score, right? It's 3 plus your wisdom modifier and constitution modifier. And then you can sustain a certain number of failures equal to that before you die.
Yep. We're good.
All right, Edivard, and then enemy 2.
I'll go here.
Okay.
And then make a sword attack and have my bird fly down. So I have advantage.
Oh, against who? The Gnoll or the Warlord?
Warlord. I'm going to use that little D4. 18.
To hit the Warlord?
Yes.
Yeah.
Slash it with the sword, doing 9 damage.
Whoa.
And are both the axes embedded in him, or did one fall?
One glanced off of him, and the other one embedded into his stomach.
I picked only one up that glanced off.
Sure.
Smack him with it.
Okay, so quickly, as you slash downward, using that momentum, grab it and go and make another attack.
Don't have advantage. Don't need it, it's a crit.
My dragon spits ice into it.
Very wise.
I don't think...
Kablooey, both explode.
Oh my
gosh. But
okay, I'll explode again.
That makes up for it.
Yeah.
For those, if we haven't explained it to the listener yet, we have a homebrew rule for critical attacks. If you roll the maximum number on a die during a crit, you get to keep rolling it until you don't.
18 on a single.
Plus
hit.
9.
Plus 9,
Whoa.
which is 27 damage. So I don't pick up the one that fell. I grab the one that's lodged in him and just yank it out and shove it back in the wound.
And kill him.
Oh!
How do you want to kill him?
Oh, well then I yank it out.
So, like Sub-Zero, as you do, all those entrails and everything freeze over.
Oh.
I just two-hand the axe now because it's got this top-heavy thing and chop his head right off.
As you pull this thing out, viscera and blood shoot out and freeze over, basically creating a much larger axe. And then you swing, lopping off this pack lord's head.
Very cool.
He just falls to the ground.
I just look at the other one.
You can take that off if you like. The other one does not look happy.
That's my turn.
Not happy, Bob.
I'm not happy, Bob.
Happy.
Not happy.
It's now the other Gnoll's turn. Seeing what its master wanted, it will make a saving throw, see if it's going to even try and stay. Oh, it stays. It looks down at Ghibli. It will just feast on Ghibli.
Ghibli.
Definitely hits.
This will be really cool.
Okay, so I use my reaction and invoke my cloud rune. When a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to invoke the rune and choose a different creature within 30 feet of you, being the Gnoll that I'm standing next to. Mm-hmm. Other than the attacker, the chosen creature then becomes the target of the attack using the same roll.
Yep.
The magic transfers the attack's effects regardless of the range.
So, you see, just in a moment, as you kind of glance over, that passive perception, just barely seeing, you see the last moment where, when Ghibli went down onto his knees, you could only see his one arm and like his face kind of slumped over as he fell, and then he fell almost out of your sight. Just his arm, still in sight. You watch as this thing grabs at his shoulder and pulls in to just feast on his arm, and at the last second, you yell out. Clouds and fog shoot out from your body. A little cloud appears just in front of that Gnoll's jaw, and then another one behind the Gnoll that's in front of you, and that jaw comes forward and bites down into the back of it.
That's amazing.
That's 7 damage to the Gnoll that's in front of you.
Action.
Yeah.
You are also entirely surprised by this, I would imagine. Never having done this before, you don't even know what you just did, but afraid for your friend's life, this thing appears and it happens, and you don't know how you did it.
It's because it's Ghibli.
Okay.
That's
So
beautiful and precious.
Oh, that's so cute. It really is.
dealing 7 damage to the gnoll in front of you.
And now he's flying.
That was my reaction.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So you do not sustain 2 death saves, which you would have.
Yeah.
All right. Now the other gnolls. So the one that just it holds the back of its neck, looking around. There's nothing in the air. It like looks around, looks right at you, shrugs.
Mine hits him first, though.
This is true.
Oh, that's right. Go for it. We can do yours first if you want.
Yay!
If you need to.
I mean, technically you don't get to take superiority, but I'll let you.
Yay!
Oh, we've just been doing it that way.
Yeah.
Hey, when we get it, we take it.
He finally hits.
Yes!
With a 19.
Yes!
So he bites into as that one's like,
Yeah.
what? And then it actually looks over at that one like, do you do that? And then as it looks, the one beside it that you're controlling grabs at his shoulder, dealing 5 more damage.
It's like, you jerk.
Not feeling good. Just like starts growling and yipping at that one. Looks at Titus. It is not loving this. I'm actually gonna have it roll to see if it cares to stay or not.
It's just behind a pile of rubble.
It like it turns and it starts to run. That one will run 30 feet straight back.
No. That's so sad.
Okay.
I can't. I just used my
reaction.
You can. Did you make a wisdom save?
It's going to in a second. So the one that ran, as it's running, it actually action dashes, it runs, and it goes straight out that channel. How far can it get? 30 feet. Right there. As it's running, Titus, you hear a. Oh, no. There was a trap there.
Not get out alive.
That I forgot about? A 6. Yeah, it's terrified. It goes running that way, hits this large bear trap.
Well, I think that made it remember.
Killing it.
Yes!
That's incredible.
All that was left was a foot.
It's a big bear trap. It covered like a 5-foot space, and it just
Gosh!
clamped onto both of its legs.
In the car.
Yes.
Okay, now this one makes a wisdom save. Let's see if it can finally get out of your stupid curse.
It'd be rad.
7. It's still in it. It's just so confused.
I was play God and make it fight Titus.
Well, actually, no. It was going to run as well. It does that at the end of this turn, so it still will be under control, but it is running as well. Actually, no, wait. I need to see if it wants to run.
It's so confused.
It's so confused. It's so mad. It is going to run, but it's going to run
straight into the fire.
Yes. It's like done living. No, not into a cage. No, you're just asking, will it run here? No, it's gonna run the same direction, but it can only go 30.
It can only go 30
because it can't dash. Okay, ending the Gnoll's turn, Cephas, and then Hulk.
Oh, did you do the Gnolls?
Oh, I didn't do these 2 Gnolls.
No.
They were kind of hidden behind you
Come
guys.
at me.
One of them will.
Well, yes, they forgot to.
Misses with a 9. It just totally misses. And then the other one will try and spear. Actually, the one that was a spear attack, but it goes to stab you with its spear and misses. The other one's going to try and bite Cephas. Misses with an 11. All right, now it's Cephas and then Hulk.
Well, I haven't had much luck hitting right now.
Well, you have when you're wielding a baby.
It's true. Yes.
A spiky baby.
I'm going to grapple the gnoll.
Nice.
Okay, so it's a contested athletics check.
And you're pretty strong, so you can probably still hold Clonus.
He's not holding me anymore.
Oh, that's right.
I'd like to hold this one.
It's a 16
Oh, only 16?
from the Gnoll, yeah.
6.
You look disappointed when you said that. I was like, man, he was disappointed with a 17 or higher. You just lunge for with both of your arms. It ducks just in time. Its spry legs just ducks all the way to the ground. It does this full squat to the ground. Completely miss.
You're really good at being loud.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
Ending your turn, Hulk, and then Venora, when you're ready. Hulk, the one that tried to finish off Ghibli, stands in front of you, is surrounded.
I will use my bonus action, twist the sword in my hand and my feet on the ground, and the wind slightly changes to be perfect from the north, and it's much cooler. And I give myself advantage on this sword attack.
Okay. So an icy, chilled northern wind.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, so close to a 20. 24.
Definitely hits. Oh, did you earlier?
Oh my.
That Pack Lord had 9 health left, and you dealt 3 times its remaining health.
That's so cool and based in red.
I dealt minimum damage.
That's rough.
5. Oh, no, wait, no. 7.
That's pretty good minimum. Holy cow. You have a plus 6.
D10, D8,
you got
plus
bonus
3,
damage on
and
that?
I have 2 radiant damage on top.
Where's the extra D8 from?
From Zephyr Strike. I give
Oh,
myself
that's
advantage and deal an extra D8.
Very cool. So 7 damage.
Hey, am I
So with that, this icy wind thrusts your sword deep into its shoulder. Not quite dead, but it is very, very hurt.
And with that, I fly away!
What?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Do you no longer provoke opportunity attacks? Because
I do not provoke opportunity attacks.
Because of Zephyr Strike?
55, 60, yep. And I fly
onto the rubble of that former tent.
Yep, over the rubble of the former
So
tent.
those angelic wings, and you fly over. It was really funny.
Run to the other side of the one next to him and take the dodge action.
No attack?
I use my bonus action.
Lame. Okay. Holik, ending your turn. Venora, Colonus on deck. What's the plan?
I am going to drop concentration on
Finally.
Sweet relief. And as I do that, I take my
I'll take
short
your
bow.
concentration.
I take my short bow off my hip, and as I draw it back, an arrow of light forms, and I shoot the gnoll that I had control over.
Oh, okay.
He's running away.
It's a spell attack roll, right?
Yes.
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 Shot.
It is. So you see this arrow of light, this color like northern lights, shoots forward.
21.
Definitely hits.
Nice.
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 Yours.
He's taking some damage.
And he takes.
I think there's no modifier, right? It's just a cantrip, so it's straight damage.
Okay, so then it's just 5.
Okay. Into the back of his neck. He's kind of hobbling forward, still alive.
And it's radiant damage.
Okay. I'll just tell you guys, because you said earlier, gnolls don't have any damage resistance.
Yeah.
At the very least, none that would affect you if they did.
Poison.
Their attacks deal fully poison damage. And they can only take damage from poison.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Cusco's poison.
Holik, I'm sorry, Clonus, and then Lumen.
Do better than me.
I'm gonna swing through here.
Not hard.
Between those two.
What's that?
Can I move through these two? No, I can't move through.
You're not moving through them, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna attack the one that's between me and Clone.
Okay, for
Nice.
the advantage?
For the advantage.
Nice, get the flank, yeah.
Always get the flank, yeah.
It's a nice flank.
That's a bummer.
What is it?
You know when this started, Matt? When you said, we're doing work over here.
I know.
After you
After our
cannot
work.
take care of 2 gnolls.
Our work is
Those
no
still are
longer-
the 2 that have taken no damage.
But I said we're doing work over here after I had rolled a nat 1.
Yeah. After that first miss, though,
And then
both
I
of you
rolled
now
another
miss.
13.
I'm just glad that worked.
It misses, I'm sorry. Oof. Bonus action or movement? You've used 5 feet of movement.
No.
Okay. Ending Clonus' turn, Lumen, and then it will be Titus.
I'll find Ghibli. Could I cure wounds him? Does he automatically like?
The gnoll?
No, not the gnoll. No.
Just kidding. Ghibli?
Okay.
So you fly down to Ghibli. Quick slap of Cure Wounds. Go ahead and do it. So you flutter down, kind of grace his face slightly, a bunch of moth dust, And you're at 12 hit points, Ghibli.
You've been
Where
pulling
did you
it.
end up physically?
Oh, he's going to now try and land on top. And then you quickly jump over to try and land, rodeo style, on top of this gnoll. Make an acrobatics check for me. It will make an opposing one.
Disadvantage.
Acrobatics?
Mm-hmm.
Dexterity.
1.
19.
Okay. You're like weird clawed feet. You sit on his shoulders slightly, crouching. Clawed feet dig into its chest. It tries to get out, but you are just locked there now on top of it, fluttering around.
Using my wings to balance.
All right, end of your turn?
Yeah. Unless somebody,
Titus.
Unless somebody.
I'd like to run
You'd
up
have a
to
melee attack.
the fleeing gnoll
Okay, can you make
and
it there?
attack it. Well, I was 5 feet from it.
Yeah, oh yeah, you definitely can.
And then it
Use
ran
your
30 feet.
Yep. So you just terrifying. It looks over.
No.
No, that blue
The
thing.
one that was running away. The one that was running away.
Bingo.
Then swing my Morning Star.
Very good.
Big rolls.
Inspiration
15.
just hits. Yes. So seeing Venora's spell fade, that inspiration in your chest lights up the end of your Morning Star. Wham!
15 damage.
Dude, why do you do so much? It's so dead.
It's so.
Well,
Stop
I
it.
have a D8, a D6, and
You
then
have 150% of its health.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Ghibli, you're awake on the ground.
Just a rage and anger. I just slowly slump up though, like a zombie. As I look over the dead body of the gnoll leader, I look at the other gnoll, who's just being completely distracted by
Lumen. Yeah, he's
Lumen.
like trying to grab onto this butterfly on top of him.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Wow, you racist. He's a moth.
So that's going to be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, definitely hits. So you
And-
want to stand Ghibli up there?
Yeah, and I'm going to make this a distracting strike.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm so glad he didn't get a nat 1. 'Cause I feel like I would have probably got hit.
Cuts your feet off.
Yeah.
This is good.
They regenerate as a moth.
So this is
Oh,
max,
I mean,
this
minimum
is-
damage will get it.
Oh, this is max damage. So as while he's being distracted, I slowly just grasp the gnoll's neck, just crushing it slowly, and then I just slowly just thrust my rapier right into its gut.
Okay.
And
And
as-
it fully looks away from Luminel, looking down at you.
And then I just whisper into its ear in common, "A good gnoll is a dead gnoll."
Okay.
And I toss it into the ground.
All right. Ghibli gets dark, man. Ghibli gets dark. He really doesn't like gnolls. We found out in the past 2 sessions he really doesn't like gnolls.
What's it like to hit?
And that will end my turn.
All right.
Right there.
What's it like to hit? I thought you said hate.
I did too.
No,
It's
I don't
kinda
have
beautiful.
it. I don't have it.
All right, Edovard. And that's all the gnolls except... Oh, no, those two, sorry.
Those two undamaged ones.
Don't keep bringing it up.
I wasn't... I can't see them because they're right behind the screen.
Nobody else sees these two gnolls, so
We're going ham on them.
Yeah. They just think that you guys have been just beating the crud out of them.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry
You
about
haven't
it.
hit them yet, but on
Thank
the bright
God.
side, your weapons look pristine.
And so do you. These things can't hit you either. To be fair,
I
every
actually
turn...
have not hit with my sword yet. You're right. I did.
You hit with Clonus.
And with the weapon that wasn't even yours.
Yeah, that he didn't have proficiency with.
30. Just kind of walk gently in that direction.
Okay, I'll say as you're walking that direction, you see in front of you, those are cages there. You
Yeah.
see one of them has a dog in the back of it that's like yipping towards you. It doesn't seem like ravenous, but there's commotion going on, and that's the one towards the back. The other one just has like a pile of refuse and clothing and stuff with it.
I'm completely oblivious to the cages. I'm just
Okay.
locked eyes with Holik, and I'm gripping my axes.
Oh, going to the Holik, all right. End your turn?
Yeah.
Now the gnolls. We'll see if they can do anything. This gnoll runs around, provoking an opportunity attack if you want.
Yes.
Go for it, Clonus. It's not afraid.
It's not a.
Natural 20! What? The entire time. You can't hit anything, so I'm just like, it'll be fine. Alright, go for it. Well done. Saved it all up for that moment for it to turn and run.
It's because it wasn't on his turn.
Oh. Okay, it's pretty good. Is the first damage this one's taken?
7.
Alright.
Well, it's certainly more than 0. It's certainly more.
It just what? And then it keeps going.
I did more damage when I
getting
wasn't-
advantage
when I was
now
the weapon.
on Cephas here.
You'll need it.
15 misses.
I wouldn't need it.
Yeah, it just ting with a spear. The other one will spin around and go for Clonus with a bite attack. 12. Dude, that corner of the battlefield is just riddled with, like, yeah, some sort of curse. Those two. This one turns and runs. Would you like to go for it, Cephas?
Yes.
Okay.
Get it,
Make an opportunity attack.
That wasn't even managed.
He's
That
just
was
been touched by Ghibli's hand.
It worked last time.
14.
Just misses.
It's 15 to hit.
I'm sorry.
Wait, you rolled a 14?
Waddle.
Okay, so this is 30 feet in that direction. It is just running in that direction away from you. The other one's like, just yelling towards that one for abandoning him. Cephas, it's your turn, and then Holik.
Will I reach him at 30 feet?
Yeah.
Grapple.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, that one's going to take an opportunity attack.
I don't
at
care
you.
one bit.
It's
Try
fine.
it.
It's going to try. Watch it. A 6.
Good try. I yell. All right. Now you're terrible.
He's not worse than you.
Let's say
Oh, I rolled high.
15.
20.
Oh, yeah.
But dude, I'm sorry. You do go to grab it, and as you do, it just kind of like trips slightly and falls out from underneath your arms.
Inspiration.
Oh. Do you have any?
Yeah. In fact, I have 7 inspiration.
I have 7 inspiration.
I'll use 6 inspiration.
You really want to grab this Gnoll.
You know, when you're really frustrated.
Yeah. Think back to every moment with your newfound allies and friends. Each one of those moments, you know, I can't feel again. And you bear hug. You feel like its ribs pop slightly as you grab hold of it from behind. It's trying to squeeze out of you. All right.
Wipe away all I've worked for.
Oh man.
Titus, you can roll a d4 of inspiration for your cloud rune earlier.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm
Ending your turn.
one away from 2 Hyperion.
Yes. Yeah.
Bullock.
Can I
And
make
then
it
Clonus. I'm
to
sorry,
it?
and then Venora. What's your
'Cause-
movement speed?
30? Because they went this way, but I'm just gonna go.
Well, count it off. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 gets you to the edge of the map, so no.
Okay.
Because he went 15 feet diagonally off, so he's 10 more feet away from you. I thought you were flying.
I am fine.
I thought you had 60 when you were flying. Oh, that was a dash, right?
That was from Zephyr Strike. When I gain the advantage, I gain an extra 30 feet of movement. I will just chuck an axe.
I'll throw a dart.
10. Bonus action. Throw another one. 24.
Hey.
What? Okay, yeah, that hits.
And I'm gonna mark this one as my favorite foe.
This will be the first damage it's taken.
Dun 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 dun.
I don't get to add my modifier on my bonus action attack, so it's just the 7 damage. Wait, no, it's 7, 8, 9.
We got there. All right.
Yep, sorry.
It buries it into its side, just under your arm, Cephas, and you just see an axe into the side of this Gnoll.
As an angel is flying towards you.
All right. Ending Holik's turn. Venora, and then Clonus.
Nora, I'm going to step back 5 feet, and then I can see
The spikes
that.
will take an opportunity attack. Just kidding.
Actually, I'll step into the spikes.
This fight wasn't hard enough. I know myself.
Speak for yourself.
I know.
And then
I've taken a nice amount of
another
damage also.
arrow I pull back, and the
Okay. This beautiful arrow of light shoots straight forward. You're all over the place. I think it hits.
18.
Yeah, hits. You don't seem to have to try very hard, Blair.
2.
2?
Yeah.
Well, but there. Yeah, no.
Oh, I have.
Okay, you see,
Action.
and it disappears. This arrow of light buries into it and kind of dissipates. Anything else?
Nope.
Clonus and then Lumen. I love these quick turns, guys. I love them.
Clonus is coming up, swinging.
Do it.
Do it!
19. There we go. So that's 20 something.
23.
I mean, yeah, minimum 19 hits. So.
Okay. Yes. 8 damage.
Okay. Chopping it down. It's not feeling good. You slice a big chunk out of its leg. It's just.
I felt that. Yes.
He's standing because he took 7 and then 3 and then that from you, so he's still standing.
Still
Get him.
standing. This Gnoll ain't gonna die.
I'll let you bonus action kick him in the shin with disadvantage.
Okay.
Since you got no bonus action.
Hello.
The damage will just be wow. That was a natural 20 and then a
13
plus your strength.
Strength 15.
15 hits, so you can just do your strength modifier and damage plus 1.
What am I rolling?
Nothing. It's 1 plus your strength modifier.
1 plus 3.
Dude,
he's really close, man.
That's a
Kick him in
hearty
the
shin kick.
Bang! Your large metal boot crack. You hear his shin just break.
Part of this!
He's really hurt, man. That's going to affect his movement speed for sure. All right, Clonus' turn. You're going to move?
No.
Lumen and then Titus.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Edelvard.
All right. Edvard,
Running.
you feel divinely inspired.
Guidance! And I'm gonna run inside that tent and make sure there's no one else, because I don't technically know.
Inside the big tent?
Yep.
You fly in through this double tent doors. You can go and put your mini in there if you want. Look in here. There's a nice, for a Gnoll bed, fairly luxurious. It's like a bunch of blankets all piled in the corner, and like some silk that they probably took and pilfered hanging above the bed. There's a chest in the corner, like a really broken table kind of sitting off into the other corner, but you don't see anyone else in here. And then a big, like, kind of just a pile of meat that was like half eaten, like where it looks like the dire wolf was snacking.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Titus and then Ghibli.
Can I... Would I have line of sight to shoot the arrow at the one that Cetus has
barely.
grappled?
Just barely.
I'll do that.
I don't know, what's or is it a short bow or a long bow?
Long bow.
Okay, so yeah, you're within range.
I miss. I action search. I do it again. That hits.
Okay.
A
So
20.
that first one just off into the distance.
Darn it.
That's his giant voice.
Darn it.
He loses the list, but it becomes so much higher.
7 damage.
Helium. Okay. You see into its shoulder. It's really hurting as you're squeezing another pop in its ribs.
And then you just hear, "You got this!"
All right. Ghibli and then Edovard.
Clearing my mind out after killing that Gnoll. I'm just now looking around the battlefield. I go to the center where the campfire is, just kind of limping, grabbing onto my shoulder, as that's where I've been bitten. And I'm just looking around, asking the ones on the hills are the last ones, just to the general.
Okay, Edovard, you and Titus, you both kind of hear him asking, like, are those the last two?
I'm encapsulated right now.
I think so.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just.
So you want to move Ghibli up to the bonfire? Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'll just be holding my arm.
Would I hear that at all, or?
Oh yeah, I would say you hear him kind of like shuffling away and kind of mutter something. Yeah.
Would I be able to understand that? I don't know if it's muddled.
It's kind of
the sound of battle is dying down a little bit too, and it's off to the side a bit. So as long as you're not like murmuring it, he can.
It's not a murmur. It's more than that. I'm just.
Yeah, you understand it.
It's all clear in here. Nothing.
All right. Ending Ghibli's turn, Edovard, and then the Gnolls.
I just
Not
plop
expecting to
down
make it to this round.
onto the ground, and my eyes kind of glaze over again, and I'm gonna be in soap, getting into the tent.
Okay. So Soap is just
again.
climbing into the tent right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm seeing and hearing through
You
this.
see the man sitting in there holding the empty potion vial.
I just do one of those like bird head back and forth nods, just at some level of like.
He looks at it.
Vile creature. But my savior.
Are you trying to tell him to leave?
No. I was just checking in on him.
Because he looked at like the nod and kind of.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
That's it.
All right, the Gnolls. The one in your grasp is going to try and break out. So make an athletics check. I rolled really well.
Oh, 16.
20. He just slips out and will run.
Matt, as an opportunity attack, anytime you take an attack, you can replace that attack with the grapple attack.
Are you going to try and grapple him while he runs?
It's one of the answers to people just running. And,
Athletics versus his athletics?
Or
I rolled the
acrobatics.
exact same thing.
Come on, Matt, you.
Did you?
Come on, meet you. Come on, meet you. Boop.
He doesn't stand a chance now.
Yeah! Oh, yeah! Dude, I want a video of you. You got it. Okay, security cameras in here.
Dude, that's okay. Yeah. For the listener, Matt just punched Jerry in the head.
You're not getting away from me.
As he slips out and goes to run, you grab him by the back of his fur and just yank him back into this bear grip, popping him back into both your arms. He's not getting away.
Nice.
Very, very nice.
It was with a boop, really.
Was
the in sync boop.
The other one, looking around, not knowing what to do, will stand his ground and attack you.
Hey,
Matt respect that.
Well, we did invade his home, so.
9. He just throws his. He goes to spear you. You just bat it out of the way with the shield, and he goes. Throws the spear on the ground, turns, and runs the other way.
I almost feel sorry for him.
Almost, but not quite.
I'm gonna swing at him.
Somehow he's doing worse than you guys.
I'm gonna swing at him.
Finish.
All right.
Oh, I kicked him in the shins, but I can't. Darn. 9?
Hey, he got a 9. He runs off 30 feet in the other direction.
your sword down.
Dang it! Yeah, you throw your sword down and just chase him.
25 feet movement.
All right, ending the Gnolls' turn, Cephas. You got this one in your grasp.
So, these are spikes, right?
Yes!
I want to run headlong at it, and if this is any disadvantage, I will make no attempt to shield myself.
You're allowing yourself to get stabbed as well?
I will run as fast as I can, holding him at that.
Oh my god! Yes.
I wish you met Carlo.
This is his Piccolo moment.
What is your speed? Is it 30?
30.
Okay, I do need you to make an athletics check to make sure that you're not impacted by the weight of this Gnoll. Actually, wait. Your carry capacity is
stuck.
low. You know what? I'm not going to give it. You pick it up, hold it by the chest, and you just bellow this loud roar. You do not stop, like a locomotive running straight
I'm gonna
for
yell.
the
I'm gonna be
spike.
looking at him as I'm holding him, and I'm like,
You think I'm afraid of suffering?
And he is very afraid of it. Just screaming, you run straight into the spike. Go ahead and roll 2d8 damage.
Oh my goodness. That's a good spike.
That's a good spike.
Well, you have to dodge.
Those are
Holik.
D12s.
You know, you run. I will say,
I'm
you're
flying.
running straight for Holik, who has to like fly up out of the way. This whole there's a moment where you're looking right at him. He's not stopping. You fly up out of the way.
Do I add my strength modifier?
Yes.
10.
He is dead. Nice. 6 health left. But you, I will say, you take the remaining four. So you did 10 damage. He only needed 6 to go down. It stabs into your side as well, and you take 4 piercing damage.
What's a little suffering?
It doesn't gore you and completely go through you, but it does stab into you.
It's a little suffering too. Yeah.
All right, ending your turn. That one's dead. You can take it off the map, and you can put him by the spikes. Holik, and then Venora. Holik, you just saw the coolest thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
All right, you
Really
guys.
scary.
You guys do have this, and I am going to mad dash back towards the tent with the guy.
Okay. So 120, or sorry, 60 feet?
Yeah. I wish I could do a high throw.
Okay, ending your turn, Venora, and then Clonus.
How far away is that guy from me now? I just ran away from Clonus.
From Clonus?
Yeah.
80.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Then I will shoot my little Aurora arrow.
Oh
no.
12.
7 plus 5.
Misses.
Dang it!
This light just off as it's.
I think I have anything.
If you guys let this one Gnoll get away, it would be very funny. Are you gonna move at all?
I don't think I have a bonus action.
Clonus.
In my rage, I drop
I'm
my...
going to move though. I'm going to move towards him.
Okay.
30 feet straight.
Is that 30 feet?
You drop your sword?
No. Yeah. So I miss with my sword and I throw it on the ground, chase after him, and I grab my spear. Die, sucker, die! 19!
Chucks definitely hits. As you're running, you like javelin. Dude, the perfect.
It's like
the run up,
it's
just like track.
Olympic javelin.
To throw it 5 feet in front of you. There's a lot of force.
It's all power.
Oh, it's a lot of force, man.
For 5 damage.
Hey, you kill him.
Right in the back of the head.
Falls to the ground.
We needed that.
You guys did. That was good.
Strong
Just
finish.
some of the coolest finish at the end.
Strong finish.
Okay. A moment of silence as everything kind of lulls for a little bit. As everybody breathing heavily as you've all eradicated these Gnolls. Bringing justice to the villagers they've killed and kidnapped. And a little bit of retribution. Sustaining some suffering, but dealing loads more. As the battlefield noise dies down and you all kind of look at each other, you've fought with one another before. You had a mission, you had a bounty, and a purpose, but it was gold. In this moment, each of you looks at one another truly as heroes. Each of you has a moment where you kind of see the others bleeding and sweating and breathing heavily, and you see goodness in each one of you. And you see an ultimately much more rewarding purpose. There was no gold in this. There was no bounty. There was no assignment. This was out of your own goodwill, and you sacrificed your lives to help a lot of people. And there is a moment of accomplishment in that. As you all kind of, as much as this one hurt, as much as it hurt Ghibli, every moment of it was worth it.